And we're live. Hello, lovely people. Can everyone hear us okay? Are we good? We are Some Other Heroes, a bunch of geeky Norfolk-based roleplay and, I don't know, queer and artistic and weird, and you can tell I completely prepared this today, can't you? My name is Chris Mepham. I am an illustrator, a DM, an all-round nerd, and I have the absolute honour of DMing this mysterious and weird and wonderful game with these beautiful and amazing people. And I'm going to get them to introduce you because they can speak about themselves way better than I ever could and way more eloquently as well. And today, I think we're going to start with Wayne. I'll pick on you today.
You never start with me. Hi, I am Wayne. You can find me on the internet as WayneFic01 in most places. My pronouns are he, him, and I am playing the rather flamboyant Dragonborn Rok in today's game of chaos and magic.
Perfect. Next up, let's have some Charlie love.
Mixing it up. Okay. I am Charlie. I use she, her pronouns. I am an illustrator and a lecturer. And I am playing Aisling, who has no tact and makes really good maps. And that almost rhymed, and I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah.
And that almost rhymed.
No tact, all the chill.
No tact, all the chill, all the colour.
Next is our wonderful... Sorry, Wayne has had to dive off. I think the cats have just knocked something over. Next up is Theo.
Hello, I am Theo. I'm also an illustrator and I use they, them pronouns. And today I will be playing Eugene, the awkward wizard.
Brilliant. And last but not least, our wonderful guest for this month, for the next episode as well, Michelle.
Hi, I'm Michelle. I use she, her pronouns. I'm another illustrator, and I'm going to be playing Skier, the most adorable edgelord there ever was.
Cool. The echo was because Wayne and I literally face each other, and I think that one of our doors was open. So, thank you for pointing that out, Nikki. Our friends Wicked Game are in the chat, so giving them a big wave and hello and things like that. Without further ado, though, I think I will jump straight into our recap. So, last episode, our three heroes managed to find their way to the town of Vesherin, where they found that the town was in full swing of a winter's festival that looked incredibly familiar and actually included the effigies of the same gods that they worship in their homelands. They were quickly introduced to the lovely Skier, a friendly tiefling who they quickly found out was also an outsider to the island and had got caught up in its strange mystical ways, arriving just a day or so before they did. The party exchanged notes, trying to come to terms and understand what was going on, meeting a couple of people who were connected to the individuals they had met in Greyore, namely the wife of the Dragonborn Riskerith and her children. They decided to try and find Griss's mentor, the enigmatic Furbolg wizard, Enchanter Amberdrew. Finding him curiously investigating something very unusual, the appearance of a knoll that they had never seen before, going into an alley that they had said nobody could go into before. You agreed to help Amberdrew out by going into the strange enchantment around this alley, walking through and finding yourself in another place entirely, surrounded by effigies of the Elder One, the strange, enigmatic, fey-like god that seemed to be manipulating what was going on in this island. The god itself, the Elder One, asked Aisling for the dagger that she had been given a little while before. Aisling refused, and combat ensued. a very tough battle with strange, mysterious focuses and your shadows literally coming to your aid due to some incredibly good rolls on everybody's part. I mean, like, incredibly good. That should have gone way worse than it did. Whilst in the battle, Skier, getting close to the effigies that were attacking, spotted a strange little man, just the illusion of one, sitting in the middle of that, sitting in a comfortable chair, little dwarven man drinking tea. And upon the defeat of the Elder One's avatars, everything melted around, and they found themselves back in Vesherin, face to face with a strange little house. The snowy glade melts away, leaving you back on the streets of Vesherin. At least you hope so. Familiar stone buildings surround you on all sides, and from where you stand you can actually see the bridge where Enchanter Amberdrew is currently pacing, throwing furtive looks in your general direction every once in a while. The small crowd of onlookers still a few paces behind him. Before you is a house that was definitely not there before. Not too ostentatious, but clearly built by someone with coin to spare. White wooden shutters cover clear panes of glass, while similarly painted wooden framing encases deep red brick beneath. There's a low wooden panelled fence standing between you and the modest but well-kept garden of flowers. A gate currently stands open, propped open, and on it is a brass plaque that reads Oliver de Vere, Diviner, and a series of letters that none of you know the meaning to. There's a small porch made from the same wood, painted white, extending from the house just beyond the garden, and on it is a comfortable-looking armchair, seating an elderly dwarf. His hair may have once been blonde, but now it's faded to a silvery white. Black metal-rimmed glasses are balanced at the end of his nose, and as he squints over them, as if trying to focus on you. In one hand, he has a large leather-bound book with multiple tattered bookmarks poking at it from different pages, and the other, a bag of seeds in which a grey and white hawk, you all recognise as Pocket, is helping himself to. He looks to you all, and he says, "Well, it's about time you all got here. Don't be lollygagging there. Come along."
But what? Right. I'm just going to look at Aisling and Eugene and kind of shrug, like, what? Who is he?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Before we go in, who are you?
He intones to the gate and the plaque and smiles.
Well, it's very nice to meet you, Oliver. However, we don't really know you. I'm not entirely sure at this point that we want to follow you anywhere, considering we've just appeared in front of your door, having had to fight our own shadows and various other strange elven creatures. So perhaps a little more information would be appreciated.
Certainly. Would you like some tea? Kind of gets up.
Oh yeah, I do like tea.
Gives himself a stretch. Kind of, you can probably hear a bit of a clicking from where you are at the moment. And kind of gently pats Pocket on the head, and then kind of gives him a gentle push, and he comes and lands on Eugene's hat, like chomping down on the last bits of some seed that he's clearly been helping himself do.
Oh, it's so nice to see you, pal.
Kind of cocks his head and gives you a scratch, and then just kind of picks at the edge of your hat in a way that kind of implies that he's happy to be back too.
I mean, I wouldn't mind a cup of tea.
Oh, come on up. He kind of waves his hand, and the door opens very gently, and he kind of strolls inside.
Yeah, we'll follow him.
Yeah, I'm following.
Oh yeah, I'll follow. As soon as we step inside, though, Ski is getting peepers over everything.
I will go in last.
Excellent. So you led into a quite nicely painted foyer in light greens with wooden paneling, some nice furniture. Everything's kind of well kept, well cleaned. There's books everywhere, little piles of books, small glass orbs and crystal rods and the like. I think Eugene and Rok, you would recognise this is quite clearly the house of a wizard. He's kind of trundling forward, and he kind of turns to the left and opens a door and kind of disappears in, like just as if he expects you just to follow him.
Before we follow him, I'm just going to sort of lean down to my three companions and just say, Does anybody know? Are we supposed to know this name? Do you know him? Anyone? Skier?
No,
I've never heard it.
no, I don't know it. But I think you should speak your concerns, though, Rok.
Well, yes, but I mean, you don't want to be rude in someone's home, do you? Well, I suppose let's. Well,
would Eugene have heard of him? Is he like famous?
Roll a history check for me.
Yeah, if anyone's going to have heard of some like hermit wizard, it would be Eugene.
24.
24.
Oh!
The name is vaguely familiar, but it's one of those names that, like, and I think you've already worked out, it's a name from the very, very distant past, and it's not your specialist area, but you've probably touched on books where they've mentioned Oliver de Vere's researches into divining and contacting and reading the future and things like that, and kind of more of a passing interest, because obviously you're more about summoning and bringing forth power that exists elsewhere. But the two things touch on one another. Those two schools work very closely together a lot of the time, so you've probably seen references to his name.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've read his name a few times. Divination is not really
Okay, so he's like
my
a real person then.
Yeah, but like we discussed, he's like he was a long time before. Yeah.
Yes, you see, that fits with the rest of the things we would talk. Anyway, but let's go and see what he has to say then.
You walk through and you find yourself in like a dining area with not a dining area, like a reception room with lots of soft cloth back chairs, all of them which are clean and tidy, but definitely look like they've been sat in a lot over the years. He is just sitting himself down in a large armchair and kind of motions for the rest of you to join him. And just floating behind him, you can just see the spectral outlines of three different sort of humanoid figures holding trays.
Is there a fireplace?
There is indeed a fireplace.
Rok will go over and stand at the fireplace and put his arm on the mantelpiece and flick his coat back, standing sort of
Swilling
very,
a
very
glass
tall.
of scotch.
Pretty much. If yes, when I have my tea, I shall also hold it elegantly and try to look like I am in some small way controlling the situation rather than being completely and utterly out of my depth.
I think there's
I really want to draw Rok doing that.
Yeah.
I think there's a moment where he kind of just settles on you, and there's just an amused smile. Like, he knows what you're doing. He appreciates it as well, and he just kind of waits for the rest of you to enter.
Ski comes
Aisling
in.
sits on a spare chair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ski can't sit on chairs properly, so she sits on the back of the chair.
Yeah, sure.
Ski is bisexual. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
I thought you were just
This
gonna
is how you know.
I thought you were about to just turn it around, just put spin it.
The universal tell of bisexuals, obviously.
Bisexuals or Will Riker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not necessarily two different things. Anyway.
Yeah,
That's
Eugene's
very
also
true.
going to find a chair to sit in.
And imagine Eugene is probably much more level about it all and just kind of just sits down normally, as opposed to everybody else putting on a show.
Yeah. Yeah. He's kind of looking around at all the books and stuff.
Excellent. Yeah, and there's a lot of books. There's a big wall of things, some of which you recognise, things that your uncle has bought you over the years. A lot of it you don't, and some of them you've never even heard reference to. And he
Oh my god.
kind of casts a glance to you or goes, please just tell the server, sorry, I need an accent there. Please just tell the servants how you like your tea, and they'll provide it for you. There you go.
I'd
I'll
love an
have
Earl
6
Grey
sugars.
with milk, please.
Yep, Ashley. And I think you kind of all come forward and say what you want, and they serve it to you, and then they just kind of go off to one side. It's a little creepy, like they're kind of like. I think Eugene may know what this spell is.
Is it unseen servant,
Yeah.
or is it something else? Yeah.
Yeah, something related to that
Nice.
sort of thing.
I'm going to sort of quietly. I'm going to loudly ask for just a sort of normal tea, and then I'm going to very quietly ask the one that I request the tea from if she could put a tiny bit of whiskey in it.
I think the servant does this slight inclination where it kind of makes it looks like it's doing it shiftily for you. But I think anyone who with any arcane knowledge knows that the wizard knows exactly what it's done. So I am guessing that you probably have a lot of questions for me. And first of all, thank you for coming all that way through that very difficult situation to come and see me. I appreciate that, and I know it wasn't your initial intent, but I am pleased you're here.
I don't think we had much choice, to be honest. We did kind of just appear here at your door.
Yes, well...
Yeah, also, which difficult bit? There's been a few.
Well, fighting the Elder One, of course.
Oh, okay, the latest difficult bit. All right.
Yeah, but you appear to have been there in some sort of way. Would you mind explaining where exactly that was, and why we are now here, and how we got here from there, and who the Elder One is, and who you are, and how that fits together, and why we're not over there where we walked down the alley, and anything else that you could fill us in would be most helpful, because right now we don't really know those things.
Yes, you're taking a lot on trust, and
Ashling's manically making notes as Rok says all that. Like, oh my god.
So, first of all...
Oh, wait, also, why are people forgetting everything, and why does this island appear to be out of time? Okay, continue. Thank you.
So, first of all, I apologise. I can tell you everything, but you're not going to remember it.
What?
And
Well, we could make notes.
go
Ah.
like
Ah.
So, he then does launch into a long explanation about what's going on to the island, who is doing what, and what's happening and everything like that. And you try and make notes. You're pretty sure that your pen hits the pages and things like that. And when he gets to the end, you know this conversation has happened, you know this information has been imparted, and it drifts away. And you look down on your pages and you realise that you have not been writing anything.
What?
I'm really sorry about that. That is the Elder One's curse. I can tell you as many times as I like what's going on here, and every single time it will strip it away. It has trapped me here, and there is only one person on the island who currently is able to tell you what's going on.
But who?
The Countess of this town.
There's a countess? Why did no one tell me there's a countess?
Well,
Yeah,
most
no one
people
mentioned that.
don't remember her. That's the problem.
Okay, right.
That would make sense, yes. What was her name? Let me go back. The countess?
Countess Sothis.
Sothis.
Although she prefers just being called Sothis, even though she is
Oh, and she's a countess, you say? Yes.
Yes.
And she knows what's going on. But wait, but can she tell us
Yes.
what's going on?
She can. She's also the only person who, other than you, has been able to get to me. But I fear that she has been kidnapped or something has happened to her because
Of course she
has
has.
not been here for quite some time.
But just a quick question. If no one's been able to get to you, why can we see the town where we were and the bridge?
Oh, the town's there. This house is there. The thing that was stopping you coming down the alley before is part of the curse on this place.
Right.
Is this where the curse comes from? Is this like the starting bit of it?
Yeah, my house is in call it a bubble. I can't leave it. Everything in this area is contained, and I can't do anything to get out of here. The only person who was able to resist it was the Countess, and you four, because you're not from here. Oh, and a couple of friends of yours.
Friends? What friends?
Yeah.
Yes, well, they'll be with you in a minute, and kind of leans over and just kind of inclines. But I wanted to talk to you first. I would like to hire you to find the Countess.
Right.
I would like to hire you because she can come here, or she can explain what's going on, and then you can decide what you're going to do to help this island and its people out.
Right. I mean, we do have quite a lot on our plates right now.
I appreciate.
Yeah, we're quite busy.
Yes.
Are you saying we shouldn't help them, Rok?
I mean, what do you see your goal being at the moment?
Well, we want a third option because so far our other two options are a bit shit.
The dragon and the elder one have reached out to you. Thank you for not giving them that dagger, by the way, Aisling.
Oh, is
right.
it still in your hat, Eugene? Oh God.
Yeah, I would not have enjoyed that, I assure you.
It didn't seem like it would have been a good idea.
I mean, the options are eradicate the entire island or leave them as playthings to some elder one. Both of those did not sit terribly well with us.
Not
Don't sit very
ideal.
well with me either. There must be something better we can do.
What exactly
That's kind
is
of our main plan.
What exactly is your role in all of this? You seem to be kind of in the middle of everything, and I'd quite like to know what's going on.
And he tells you again, and the same thing happens.
Right, this is getting on. This is really getting on my nerves now.
You think it's getting on your nerves?
Yes, I do.
I think it's.
Well, he's probably been trying to tell people for centuries.
Have all this.
Oh, yeah.
skill
It doesn't make it any
and
less
knowledge.
annoying.
You're exactly
so-
as I saw you would be, Rok.
Well, thank you. So, who exactly kidnapped the Countess?
I have my suspicions.
Would you care to share them?
Yes.
Or is that also going to be something we can't remember?
No, I think you can remember. I think you've met some of them. There's a
What?
cult,
Oh God, not the
Oh,
dragon
God.
things again.
and I think that they.
Why would they kidnap her?
Well, they probably want something from her. Usually her power, probably. Or maybe they think that she can communicate with their dragon god better than they can.
Why would they think that? What exactly is her power?
She's very powerful, magical. She is able to manipulate her mind so it's not affected by what's going on here. I have an insight check off of anyone who wants to make one.
Oh, definitely.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. Insight. 21.
21. Yep. Everybody
20.
I got 24.
Eugene, did you make one?
Yeah, 20, sorry.
20.
Damn.
Yeah.
That one, I fell off my chair.
We got 20 or over and he got 1.
She's normally really good at insight checking, but I think she just fell off the back of the chair at that point.
Yeah.
Did she have one of those moments where she was sitting like looking really cool and just kind of went, oh shit.
Yeah. No, I'm here. I know what's happening. Yeah.
Right, it's a check above 20 for all three of us. Yes,
Yeah.
come along.
And so Wayne's like, get on with it.
I want to know what's going on with this
Yeah.
dude.
Aisling, Eugene, and Rok, there is a sense of pride about when he talks about the Countess emanating from him. You kind of get the impression that there's a close relationship between the two of them. And when he talks about what she can do and the fact she can protect herself, the fact that she has magic and power that can help you, he kind of like radiates this sort of course she does, because she's amazing and I'm so proud of her because of it. That sort of energy.
Like proud dad energy?
What did you get? Did anyone get
20?
above a 22?
Rock.
Yeah, I got 24.
Ashling did, I got 21.
There is something parental about it, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna nudge Aisling and Rok and be like, there's some dad energy coming off this guy.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, he's
Dad energy.
I would.
As soon as Aisling kind of mentions that, I think it probably becomes apparent to the rest of you as well. Right.
So, where do the Cult of a Dragon have a headquarters or something that we should be looking for? Because so far we've only met one or two of them here and there.
I honestly can't tell you, because I haven't been outside this house in 5 centuries.
And let's be honest, there's probably a good chance we wouldn't remember if you told us.
But
Someone did tell us there was a temple here, right?
you saw that the church had been taken over by the
Oh
cult.
yeah, because we found the dead guy.
Right. I mean, you must have many questions, and some of them I can answer, and I will try my best for those that can't. I'm sorry it's so selective. This curse is very weird. The fact that I can talk about it is a bit of a weird one, to be honest, but
It's rather frustrating, to be honest.
I think that it likes the fact that I can talk about it and not do anything about it. It's the
Yes,
sort
quite
of-
possibly.
I have a question, and he kind of awkwardly puts his hand up.
Yes, young.
Why did this elder one curse you? Like, what did you do? Can you tell us that?
Easy question. With what I can tell you, it wants to stop me interfering as much as
Okay.
it possibly can. But whatever it did to this location, whatever it did to this land, you were not part of, which means that you exist outside the realms of the original spell.
So do we not get the curse at all?
Well, I've got the curse. The curse is on me, but
Yeah.
But
So if
you-
we took off like our magic stuff, like we've got these enchanted, I've got my amazing rock that stops me from getting the curse.
no, the memory thing, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's not going to affect you in here. You're safe in here.
Oh, in here.
Yeah, I can protect you from here.
Okay. But
So,
why is it affecting everything else outside of here?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the elder one reaching in and.
of course.
How do I explain it? And he kind of tries a couple of things, and then they disappear, and he's like, and you can see him getting quite cross at this, because he's like, he clearly does want to tell you what's happening and how you can stop it. And after the third time, he just kind of goes, just sits back in his chair with his tea, and just slurps, looking a little bit kind of huffy.
Look, if this countess can tell us, then I suppose we should go and try and find her. I mean, you did say you were going to hire us. Our fees are rather high, so perhaps we should discuss this. I mean, we have a lot of other jobs going on at the moment, and we do need to get back ultimately. So so what were you thinking?
Well, I was thinking I have some magical items at my disposal which will be suited to each of you.
Oh, well, those are always welcome.
Hoarded them a while ago, expecting you guys to arrive when you did. And luckily, nobody else got here first, so...
Wait, did you know we were coming?
I'm a bit of a...
He is a divination wizard.
Oh, I thought it was like a guessing thing, though. I didn't think you actually knew stuff was gonna happen.
Within a certain limited way, yes. I mean, I didn't know exactly when you'd be arriving. I just knew that you'd be arriving, and that when you did, you would be able to help.
Oh.
Do you know what's going to happen next?
Yeah.
There are multiple things that could happen, yes.
Of course.
All good things, right?
No.
Okay.
It could go very well. You save the island and everybody on it. It could go hideously
That's good. That's an
bad.
option.
Either the dragon or the Elder One breaks free, and it gets worse, much worse. Not only for the island, but then once they're free, for the world at large.
Cool.
I mean,
Right.
you will forgive me for being rude, but I could have told you that it will either go well or not go well, because those are inevitably the two choices when one attempts something.
Yes. But you haven't
yes.
seen the details of how bad it gets. You haven't seen Cloud's Cairn in fire.
What about the details of how good it gets?
Wait a minute, 1 second. So Cloud's Cairn, but we're outside of the time of Cloud's Cairn. We have determined.
Yeah,
so...
for now. But if he's saying if the dragon or the Elder One break free of whatever's keeping them contained here, then they'll be able to do what they want to Cloud's
Yeah,
Cairn.
but how does he know about Cloud's Cairn?
Well, he's a wizard.
Well, he's a
He's a
wizard.
wizard.
What
Just
kind
like
of
know
answer?
everything. Know everything ever.
I mean, Eugene, you know I have great respect for your skill and talent and magical ability, but you're not omniscient. I mean...
Oh, none of us are omniscient, Rok. I mean, even I...
Well,
there's a margin of error, broad margin of error for any prediction I make as well. But I push things along the most likely path, and I give those that need it the tools they need to succeed where they can, and hope.
Could I ask, have you been here on this island the whole time since the sundering?
Since what happened to this, yes, I've been trapped here.
And what? How come this happened to this island where the other islands seem to be all right? Why this island with the dragons and the Elder One and all the things?
I have already told you 3 times. And
Oh, it's part of that, is it? Brilliant.
I'm very sorry, Rok. You must know. I hope you get the impression that I want to tell you this.
Of course, I mean, I wouldn't want to be rude, and
I mean, it makes sense why the Elder One would do this to me, because if I am able to communicate and predict what's going to happen and push people along it, I could shatter their plans much quicker than anybody else.
are you acquainted with Amberdrew?
Yes, though Amberdrew doesn't presently remember me. Though, now you've stepped across the veil, if one of you wanted to fetch him, you could bring him back.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, he seems to be very powerful, right, Eugene? He's powerful.
Very
Well,
capable.
but,
He's a very capable young man.
But he's not that young. But perhaps he could be of help. So if we brought him back, so we can just walk him here.
You can come and go as you want. You can. Bring
Oh, all right. I'll go get him.
Without having to
Ashley's
go
already
through
standing
the
up.
fighting of the things every time.
Ashling's already out the door.
Driven knows that. We'll come to you in a second. Without you have driven those avatars away, weakening his hold on this whole place.
So we can just
I should say.
pop in and out of the bubble anytime.
Oh yes, you can. And if you bring other people, once they know what's going on, they'll be able to navigate back and forth as well.
Right. Well, that seems unusually simple.
I mean, fighting two avatars of an ancient Fey god that's trying to eat your memories is not exactly easy, Rock. Give yourself some credit.
Well, no, I mean, I know we're very, very good at what we do. I mean, Eugene's an incredibly gifted magic user. I mean, Aisling is exceptional. And Skia, our new friend, is a most interesting and capable companion. I think you'll find we are very, very good at what we do. Although it does help to know what we're doing.
I think at that point we'll jump over to Aisling as you kind of get to the edge of the house, and this is the pathway. You can see this alley is kind of like it's nice. It's actually much nicer from this side. It's clean. It's gentle. There's little flower pots along it and things like that. And clearly, from this side, it's how it should be, and then from the other side, it's been made to look in a way that kind of puts you off.
Yeah, from this side, it doesn't feel like you're walking into an abyss of doom. That's nice.
It's a great home security system.
I mean, if Oliver had intentionally put it in, you could have understood that. But yeah, this is clearly somebody else's idea.
Okay, I'm gonna gingerly put my hand forward a bit as I walk forward to just be like, am I gonna feel anything?
Yeah, you kind of walk like this. Do you close your eyes as you're doing it?
Yeah, I'm sort of like I'm going through cobwebs, but I can't feel anything. And I'm like,
I think you take a few steps forward. I'll have a perception check off of you, please.
okie dokie. Nice, 25.
You feel the magical tingle of energy kind of pass over your body as you step across this threshold. You are aware of the air changing ever so slightly, just mildly, like it's being contained where you were. But actually, once you get beyond that, you're kind of back in the open air, and you hear footsteps moving towards you. Big, heavy footfalls of a large creature. And you open your eyes and you see Amberdrew coming down towards you, looking very concerned. Are you all right? What happened? Are you okay?
Whoa. Sorry, that felt a bit weird. Yes, we are now. Come with me, because we need you to have a chat with someone that we've met, and that you're not going to remember, but they know you, and it's fine.
It looks moderately perplexed. Make a persuasion check.
For real?
Yeah.
12.
12. It's enough. I think he's curious enough that it's kind of okay, and kind of. Do you take him by the hand?
Well, I sort of grabbed its sleeve or something, like a kid. Come on, let's go.
And I think because I feel like Aisling has that energy as well. Whilst he's contemplating a response, you're already trying to guide. He's much bigger than you are, but he's kind of stepping forward because there's that fight between curiosity and concern. And he steps forward, and you step back into the alley, and things change the way that you expect them to. And you're back in front of the house, and he comes along just behind you. And his whole eyes just open really wide.
It's nice, isn't it?
This is not what I was expecting.
No, it looks horrible from the other side, but here it's well pretty.
Very pretty.
Right, come on, everyone's inside.
So you bring him in.
Found him!
Inside,
Here he
Oliver has kind of got the servants to pour you another round of tea. Would you like to see your friends?
Yes, please.
And he kind of talks to one of the servants who disappears off and comes back with 3 figures in tow. One of whom is Skier, you recognise. One of whom the 3 of you recognise, and one of whom you've never seen before.
What?
Standing, the first figure to enter the room is a tall, elegant-looking half-moon elf with deep purplish skin, much darker than Eugene's, and white hair that flips back almost like it comes away naturally. And there's an air of composure around him. Skier, you recognise your companion, Eastry.
I'm just going to run up and hug him.
He kind of,
Sorry.
okay. Oh, you're right.
Yeah, it's just been... Sorry.
Oh, no, it's fine. I was worried about you too. You're okay. He kind of looks you over as if you're injured. What have you been doing?
Oh, fighting, and what was it you said? A fey god? No big deal. We got it.
I'm going to unpack that with you in a minute.
Sure thing.
Behind him, looking slightly less confident, is a very large, dark blue-skinned orc wearing a leather jerkin and loose pants suitable for work. You guys recognise Oddbob, the pilot.
Oddbob!
I wondered what happened to you.
Hello. Hi. I lost you all, and I woke up. Yeah, it's a long story. I've had a very good couple of days.
I think we've all had strange days, but it's very good to see that you're well and more importantly alive. So that's a relief.
The third figure, who looks very reluctant to enter, is a very tall female gnoll who is wearing virtually rags, and she is pulling, looking really nervous around, and it's not until Oliver kind of gives her a nod that she kind of enters the room, and she holds up one huge hand and says, "We are Ter."
Hello, Ter.
Hi.
Rok will step forward and immediately kind of grab her hand, or reach out for her hand anyway. I won't just grab it. But
she initially flinches as if you're about to hit her.
But I will just stick my hand out and stand there and smile at her until she kind of either sort of gives me a sign that she doesn't want to shake my hand or does.
She sniffs your fingers for a second. It's quite almost like dog-like sort of behaviour.
She's like a rescue dog.
And she kind of just touches your hand to sort of see what's going on, and then she nods to you and steps back, sort of thing.
I shall
big
bow.
are gnolls?
They can be very big. She is probably about 8 foot.
What?
She's hunched over, very much smaller. So she's trying to make herself look as small as possible.
And I
was not expecting that.
Yeah.
I shall bow sort of elaborately, but very much in kind of, to make her feel like I am showing respect, and say, it's a pleasure to meet you. And then I'll turn around and also stick my hand out towards Ishtri as well. And just say, you are a friend of Skier's, I believe?
Yeah, we're travelling companions. Skier and I have worked together quite a number of years. Best mercenary you can hope for on the back.
Well, yes, she's very impressive. We have been very fortunate to have her by our side. My name is Rok.
Nice to meet you, Rok.
I'm Ashlyn.
And this is Eugene.
Hello. East Street, he says. I believe Odd Bob has mentioned all three of you, said that you came in on a ship together.
Yep.
Yes.
Oliver kind of speaks up. Poor Tur is a bit of an unusual case from what she's told me. She was a cursed gnoll who has recently woken up. Has been hiding in the town for a number of weeks. Only dived down the alley to get away from humans because she's been spotted. Apparently she's been gathering bits and pieces and just trying to survive, but wanted to be in the town because it felt safer, and she wanted to be closer to people than out where the Fae gather.
Well, we have encountered some of the delightful Fae in the countryside, so yes, I can understand that.
But I said that she could stay as long as she wants to, and she seems quite happy and safe. Tur just kind of nods emphatically. We are pleased to meet all of you.
It's very nice to meet you too.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you. Does Skia know how to, like, I don't want to say handle these situations, but know, like you would treat a dog, like, I know to give space, and, like, if I give food, then that shows that I'm friendly, like, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, right, make a history check, I think, for this one.
Oh, no.
It's right, it's not particularly hard because of your personal history.
7.
7. You would probably remember that. Let her come to you, give her space, and just listen to what she has to say. Like,
yeah.
I think, in fact, I'm going to give you this one because I think this is quite interesting narratively as well. Is that you have met gnolls who have fallen out of the curse, what are referred to as free gnolls, before.
Yeah.
You know, it takes time for them to kind of find their space and their own voice because they're not used to having an identity or a personality that they can use.
Is this a bit of a Borgy situation?
Kind
a
of,
hive mind?
Yeah, it's more gnolls that are under the curse are driven by hunger and don't really have a lot of their own intelligence other than the need to eat, given by the curse. And basically, the curse is such that they literally create other gnolls through the magic of consumption. It's horrific. It doesn't happen in the scattered lands very much anymore, but it does happen occasionally. Most gnolls.
So would we be? Sorry, would we be aware of that?
Yeah, I would say you'd have met. You'd be aware of gnolls, free gnolls in some cities. They're very rare. Most of them live in the Empire, which is where they're more populous. But they have a tendency to try and either be very helpful and like overcompensate, or keep themselves to themselves because they still feel like they lack trust.
Okay.
So she kind of steps back off to one side. She clearly just wants to be off to one side, but she's happy to stay with you all.
Yeah, I agree with the chat. I'm like, I get you, Knowles.
Yeah. I'm pretty like, yeah, I
totally
for your space for sure.
Yeah.
A Knowles a playable race because I think I have my backup character.
We can make it happen if that comes to
it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Amber Drew has walked into the room, correct?
By this time,
well, been dragged into the room.
Looking really confused and very perplexed and like also
context? They don't need context.
Yeah, Aisling is not great at context, to be fair. It's not one of those skills.
No. If I know what's going on, then other people can just work it out.
Yeah, exactly. This all feels slightly familiar, I think, but I can't place where. It's like
Oh, well, apparently you know Oliver. Apparently you've met. So we were just talking about you, and Oliver said we could bring you in because perhaps you could help us, because we have to find the Countess. We've been hired, so we have the job to do, which we think could help us then solve whatever else is. There's a lot to catch up on.
Why
but
don't I fill in Amber Drew, whilst the rest of you freshen up, get yourself some rest, and you can discuss a plan of action and what you want to do, and go later in the day or tomorrow morning, depending on how you feel. You're safe here, all of you.
Oh, nice. We can chill here.
Yeah, I've got the room.
Oh.
And he kind of clicks his fingers, and a couple more servants appear. Show them some. Do you want to share some spaces, or do you want to have some individual bedrooms?
I'm easy.
I don't mind.
I love a sleepover, but I can sleep on my own.
I think independent places to sleep, but I do think we'd like to kind of catch up on the events of the day without.
So, a room
surrounded
for
by
Rok,
strangers,
and the rest of you are okay camping down together.
Yeah, slumber party.
Right? I'll make sure there's a bed for Rok in there as well, just in case.
That's very kind of you.
Yeah, a lot of weird dreams lately. I'd prefer not to sleep on my own, honestly.
I agree with you, Jane.
So he sits down with Oliver, and I feel like Ter stays with him, and so does Bob. Ishtri comes with you guys as you kind of go up, and you're shown to nice apartments. Not the biggest rooms in the world, but clearly well specced out. You guys get like a larger room with 4 beds in it, and there's water drawn, like there's actually water coming from taps in this place. It's like quite nice plumbing and things like that. It's clearly not like, even though it's from the past, it's not backwards. Clean sheets.
There's Wi-Fi, there's a TV.
Yeah, what's the Wi-Fi password? Just let me know.
You put a silver coin in the bed, it sort of like vibrates.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not that kind of vibrate.
It has multiple settings, massage through to we don't ask questions.
Massage through to, oh my god!
Not
anyway.
Better way.
Note to self,
so you
never bring up vibrations again.
So you have an opportunity to clean yourselves up and things like that, and I think each of you are interrupted by a soft knock on the door in turn, and in the doorway is a servant carrying a small package for each of you.
Ooh, presents.
Who answers the door?
Well, for Rok, he gets it individually, obviously, and the rest of you, there's 3.
Do they have like?
Ashley's got a lot. I think Ashley's got a lot of nervous energy, so she springs up and gets the door.
And there are 3 servants behind. Each of them have got a package. And
do they have like faces and like are they
recognizable?
Just like a blurry outline, kind of like this impression of a human being, a humanoid being there, but they're not actually there. Like they actually completely see through. It's just this whole sort of like almost like a shimmer of energy.
Ooh.
I will just open the door. I find them a little unnerving, and just say, "Hello."
Kind of bows its head and offers the package to you.
Thank you. I'll take the package, and I will take a silver coin out of my pocket and try and tip the servant.
Oh.
It politely declines, bows, and walks away.
Thank you. Okay.
As Ashley gets up to answer the door, can I just come and sit next to Eugene and be like, so what's it like traveling with these guys? I mean, does Rok normally go on his own?
Yeah, he's pretty private actually, I think. Yeah, he's friendly and he likes us, but yeah, he kind of likes alone time, I think. He seems pretty private kind of person. But yeah, it's interesting.
He just seemed to get along really well, and I was worried that I didn't want to be that new person that had come in and normally you three all hang out together and then I come in and everyone
no.
be like that.
No, it's not that. It's not that kind of deal. Don't worry. Yeah, he's normally like this.
Okay.
Real life Charlie wants to hug Skier right now.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah, Brooke just likes you. Don't worry. He's just not very good at showing his emotions.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's good to know. But yeah, you just all seem really nice.
Oh, thanks. You seem nice too. I'm really happy we met you.
Oh, I'm really happy I met you guys too. Hey, look, Estrie, I made friends.
Yeah, introduce me to your friend.
Estre's just kind of been hanging out, talking to Skier mostly, and kind of acknowledging you whenever you can, engaging with you. He seems like a nice, friendly fellow. What do you want to know? Skier and I have worked together on a lot of different things and traveled for a while. She's one of the people I trust to have my back. Yeah, you're lucky to borrow
she seems pretty good at that.
Borrow, by the way, borrow. She's coming back with me.
Yeah, he'd be dead without me. He's great with the magic, but in a fight,
I made a paper.
Yeah, that's like us. Yeah, we need someone who's good at fighting. But I mean, we're not going to steal you though.
No, I don't think Estrie would let you.
I kid. Skier goes wherever she feels like, always has done. He kind of pops himself down on the bed. So, how long have you three been travelling together?
Not that long actually. I believe it's been.
Feels like forever.
Yeah,
it feels months. Best part of
months,
the year, but actually,
I think it's been a couple of weeks, maybe.
Oh, really? You seem to be quite well oiled, so to speak.
Oh, that's nice of you to say, but that's probably not entirely accurate. Yeah, I guess we've been through quite a bit in 2 weeks together, so we've kind of had to figure out a way to work together.
That's how it starts. And there's a kind of a passing acknowledgement between Skier and Estrie. Yeah, so you find yourself in with a couple of people that you're like, I don't really know these people, how do I trust them? And 2 weeks later you're like, if that person's not behind me, I'm not going into this situation.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. I mean, this is my first time as an adventurer. I mean, I've only been an adventurer as long as I've known Rok and Aisling, so I'm pretty new at this whole adventuring thing.
Oh, you hide it very well.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Oh, thank you. I don't think that's entirely accurate, but I appreciate you saying that.
Oh, you have to open your packages. I'm dying to know what's in them.
Oh yeah, package.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I come back from the door and I'm like, oh, okay, so we got presents.
And there's a knock at the door.
Ghost butlers.
More presents.
More presents. This is
I
great.
open the door.
You open the door and Rok is standing there holding his package, looking a bit sheepish.
Oh, you got one too.
Did you open it? What is it? We
Well,
should
no,
open it.
I thought, well, it was a bit quiet. I thought we should open them together. Anyway, get out the way.
And
Okay.
Eugene kind of like flashes Skier like a look, like
And I'm going to walk in and sort of sit down right in the middle of them.
I'm gonna give everyone their little parcels. I'm gonna sit
so.
down
How
on the
are
floor.
we doing this all at once? Like what? 3, 2, 1, go? Or are
Yeah.
we gonna... Okay. Well, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
They're actually self-contained wooden boxes for the best part.
Sorry, I just read Nikki's comment in chat.
What?
He just read all of these conversations are happening, and then hard cut to Rock laying down trying to drink a glass of red on an aggressively vibrating page. It's possibly the best
Someone
mental
has-
image of Rock I've ever seen. That's amazing.
Okay, I'm making that, and it's gonna be a GIF.
Yes.
Anyway,
Man.
yes, sorry about that. That really amused me.
So each of these are wooden boxes. They're slightly different sizes, but each of them are bound with a small note to each of you, and with a ribbon that is suited to like your chosen colours. So Aisling has a teal one, Skier has this bright pink one, Eugene a purple one that matches the tone of his skin, and Rok a silver one with a little bit of gold trimming around the edge of it.
Of course it is.
Fancy.
Who would like to go first? I mean, you all open it at the same time, but...
I think Ashling's immediate thought is, "Oh, I've already got a demon box. Is this another one?
I've got 2 demons.
I've got 2 demons. Shit."
Do you want to trade?
So you have in your box, Aisling, a small chain to go around your neck with a stone and a pearl. And the letter inside says, "I think you'll find it easier to reach your friend with this around your neck."
Yes.
You're getting 5G now.
Oh, nice. I got my vaccine. I've got 5G now.
My warlock friends from my past have always complained that they run out of power at their most inopportune moments, so maybe this will assist you. It is a pearl of power.
Oh my god.
Which
Oh my God,
will-
okay.
So you can look that up and add it to your character sheet.
Yes.
Who would like to go next? Me. Eugene, you open yours to find a spell book.
Of course it's a book. It's for Eugene.
Full of different spells and the like. Would you like me to list out the spells that are in that book?
Yes, please.
Hang on one sec. I wrote this down. So, this has the Blur spell, Arcane Lock, Alarm, Chromatic Orb, Colour Spray, and Clairvoyance.
Damn, Eugene.
So it feels more like a... As you might...
Sorry, that was
Yep.
Blur, Arcane Lock, Alarm, Chromatic Orb, Colour Spray. Was there another one?
Clairvoyance.
Clairvoyance. Sorry.
So when you have the time and the resources, you can copy those into your own spell book, and they will be your spells.
Cool.
Blimey.
Who is next?
Go on, Rock.
Okay. Well, there'll be that awkward moment of us with me going, no, you open yours. No,
No, you.
oh,
No,
no, you, please. No.
Someone open it.
All right, I'll do it, and I will open my box.
In yours is a elegantly crafted torque for going around your arm or wearing as a bracelet, depending on how you feel like it. It is a band of platinum and gold twisted on itself with 2 dragon heads at either side, beautifully mastered. With your history and your penchant for stories, you recognise that one of them is the representation of a gold dragon, and the other is a red. This is the talk of dragon's sympathy. A dragonborn, a kobold, or a half-dragon wearing this can, once a day, change the element of their breath weapon at will to any other draconic element. Also,
That's well cool.
once per day, when they are hit with a magical energy of one type, they can make themselves temporarily immune to that magic.
Not just resistant, immune.
But only once per day.
Damn.
Each of those.
Wow.
Ooh,
Nice.
cool.
And Skia.
Yes.
In your box, which is slightly longer, you open it up and you find a Yikwa. Perfectly balanced with an ivory inlay in the hilt in Elven runes. And it's called Fast Strike. This is a +1 Yikwa. And when you throw it, at the end of your action, it returns to your hand.
Ooh,
That's so cool.
that's cool. That's cool.
That's very cool. It's already very dangerous in this room as Ski is just throwing it around the room.
Shit!
You get the impression these are the payments that they were talking about. Each of you also have 2 healing potions in the box as well.
Yes!
And who are the letters signed by?
Oliver. Or just O at the bottom.
I think getting to the bottom of the letter Rok is probably likely to go, oh, who is O? What? Okay, never mind. Well, I mean, that's very kind of him, obviously, trying to buy favour, but he's doing a very good job of it.
Yeah, so your letter is basically a good friend of mine entrusted this to me a long time ago, but I feel like it would suit you better.
Well, I shall take my coat off and I shall put the talk on my arm over my crisp white shirt.
And it adjusts to resize itself to sit you, and it doesn't pinch at all, it just sits comfortably and tightly.
Oh, well, that's very. Have you seen Aisling? Look, it fits perfectly.
That's well pretty.
Isn't it? It's lovely.
That's really nice. I got some jewellery too.
Oh, that's pretty. Have you put it on?
Yeah?
So as soon as you put
and?
it on, you hear,
And?
Aisling! I have been trying to talk to you for a good couple of days. What have you been doing? Do not make me wait like this. I will take your powers away, young lady, if you keep making me worry
Hey,
like this.
right. Alright, calm down.
So-
Alright, not my fault. I'm saying this all out loud because I've lost all count completely.
I'm gonna look at Eugene and kind of with a knowing look, and then look at Skia and just go, it's fine. She does. It's the demon thing. Don't worry about it.
I've got a
It's the
demon in my brain,
demons.
okay?
She's talking to her patron.
Yeah, that thing. That's what I meant. Yes.
Oh.
Right, Alabaster. Okay, not my fault. Right, we went through some smoke and now everything's wrong.
Yes, you told me that, and now you were far away, and now you seem to be much closer. Are you okay? Are you harmed? If anything's harmed you, I am literally going to come into that realm and tear things.
Okay, whoa. I'm fine. Well, it's confusing and everything's a bit busted and we don't have many options right now, but we're trying to find more options, and there's some elder one that's trying to fuck everything up, and there's some cult that we're trying to stop from ruining everything, and it's all a bit confusing and mad, but yeah. Are you like able to help now?
Sounds to me like you're well over your head, young lady, as always. But fortunately,
I don't know what you mean.
Alabaster has your back, as always. Pull out my puzzle box and concentrate on it when you have a time, and we can see if we can shift the connection to give you a little bit of a boost.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm gonna excuse myself from the slumber party and be like, I just need to do some demon box stuff. Back in a minute.
Are you going to be okay?
Cupboard.
Yeah,
no, it's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna go in it's like in Schitt's Creek when the mum gets in the cupboard.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, it's a big old you know those big old wardrobes that your grandparents would have had when you were younger, like those big wooden things like that are actually big enough to sit in. Like there's one of those.
A proper Narnia wardrobe.
I was just going to say, has Aisling gone to Narnia?
Yeah. Bring back
Campaign,
Mr. Tumnus.
Narnia.
Ashley is Mr. Tumnus.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He is Mr. Tumnus.
I think
I'm just
after
gonna...
Aisling gets in the cupboard for there's a few beats of just silence and nobody moving, and then I'm just going to say to Eugene, she knows it's a cupboard, right?
Nope.
I hope so.
I pop my head
Okay.
out and I'm just like, Alabaster's back in my brain. And no, I didn't know it was a cupboard. And I close it.
Eugene's just going to go back to reading his book.
So, skier.
Oh, yeah.
I will concentrate on the box while those guys are being normal.
So, you and your friends, you two was it just the two of you?
No, there's normally a couple of others, we're like a traveling mercenary group.
Make a coin number too, you know.
Yeah.
And you came just to discover this island, or?
No, our ship was just in the area when it popped out of nowhere and suddenly... Pop.
Oh, you were here when it appeared. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Really weird.
Very weird.
1 minute
Why did you...
flying, and the next minute I'm laying in a field of grass with none of my friends around me.
We were very fortunate that we were together, but yes, that it was alarming. Yeah. Where were you headed? Were you going somewhere?
I don't remember where we were going. We travel a lot. I don't remember anything. Who are you? Who am I?
We probably just don't find the nearest town and tavern and get very drunk because we just finished.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair enough. I have to be honest. I can definitely do with a night drinking at this point in time.
I can find us some
Spill all
wine.
your wine on your bed.
I presume you're going to do this job for Oliver. If you need my help, I'm happy to come along.
Yeah. You seem a bit reluctant, Rok. Is everything okay?
Well, yes. It's just it's a lot. It's a lot, and you know, Eugene and Aisling are new to the adventuring business, and
Can you tell?
I do feel like you know, it's a lot. I don't want them to get hurt, and it's now we're going to chase a dragon cult, and they've already faced apparently a fey god, which is rather alarming to say that sentence out loud. So yeah, I'm just a little. I'm slightly concerned that we're ever so just a little out of our depth. Just a little. I mean, we're very capable, obviously, but
Obviously. But
you
you're
know,
concerned about your friends, you know.
well, yes.
That's very sweet.
Well, I mean, you know, it's just because we have jobs to do. I don't want them to, you know.
Yeah, obviously you can do it without them.
Well,
otherwise-
exactly.
Yeah,
Yes. Right, yeah.
yeah, I get
Yeah.
it. I get
I
it.
love Skier making Rok realise he has feelings.
Yeah, she's like...
Yeah, it's so good.
Anyway, a glass of wine. I brought some from my room.
Yes, please.
It's red. I did spill a little on the bed, but anyway, here we
There's
go.
only half a bottle left. How much did you spill?
Well, you try holding it while the bed. Never mind. Anyway, yeah.
I love that has
canon now.
become canon.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
I'm going to pour a couple of glasses of red for anybody who would like, but yeah.
Is Aisling finished concentrating?
Yes.
She's still in the cupboard.
She's still in the cupboard.
So,
Oh my god, if Aisling stays in there any longer, Rock's going to have a glass of wine and then probably go over and lock the door from the outside as a joke. So you should probably
I felt
get a
like
move
it would
on.
only be a matter of time.
And then a hoof will fly through the door.
anyway, says Chris, Charlie, if you go into Aisling's character sheet and you go to your
Yes.
inventory,
Yes.
you will see that there has been added Alabaster's puzzle box.
Hell yeah.
And if you equip that, you will see what it now does.
Okay.
What does it do? What does it do?
What does it do? Oh my god. There's a big chunk of stuff.
Some of that's just flavor text for you.
Okay.
So basically, it is now a +1 spell focus. Also,
Yeah.
once per long rest, you can draw upon the knowledge Alabaster has at his disposal. If you roll lower than a 9 on a history, arcana, or nature check, you can choose
Which
to
is
make that a
likely.
10
That's amazing.
once per day.
And gives me a +1 to attack rolls.
Yep. So basically, any of your spells are now at +1. Your spell DC is +1 as well.
Whoa!
Ooh, thanks, Alabaster.
So
That's
basically
cool.
Just feel a little bit more of his energy trickles through the box into you.
Okay, wicked.
I think when
I will eventually come out of the cupboard.
When Aisling steps outside, her horns have just grown a couple of inches, and the tips
Ooh.
of them have gone very white.
I'm gonna have to change the artwork when we're finished.
I'm just going to sort of do a double take and then say, and you've got your. Come here,
What?
come here. I'm just going to have a closer look
Oh.
at them and be like, I thought you had something on your. I thought you caught it on something, but your horns have changed.
What? Okay,
And,
is there a mirror in the room?
Yeah,
Okay.
your
Does
that-
horns
does-
are indeed about
Oh!
2 inches longer, and the tips are white.
Oh, look at that!
Does this happen often? Just like in a few minutes?
Nah, this is a new thing. Alabaster, is that you?
Oh, I mean, there are always touches when you draw power, my dear.
Ooh! Yeah, it's a demon thing, guys. Confirmed.
It's quite a growth spurt.
So
I like it.
just to confirm for Skier and anybody who hasn't been around from the beginning, demons in this
Oh,
world
yeah.
are not innately evil. They're just very alien. So if someone says, "Oh, it's just a demon," it is literally. It's more of a. You probably shouldn't do that, as opposed to you should be burned at the stake.
She's quite flippant with saying that.
That's quite the change, though, don't you think?
Yeah. Oh, I feel like this is going to be useful. Not just like how cool these look, but like I feel like him being back is going to be quite useful.
I mean, I have to say, I initially thought the Cult of the Dragon were a bunch of sort of eccentric weirdos who weren't that much to be concerned about. But considering that they apparently have kidnapped this Countess and the fact that Oliver is clearly equipping us for something that is potentially going to be dangerous, I'm rapidly changing my view on the Cult of the Dragon and a little concerned about how murderous they may be.
Yeah, because that guy we met in the tavern seemed a bit like
Of an idiot, yes.
bit of a dork.
Yeah, he really was.
But Maybe
I feel
they're
like
not
there was a
all
reason he was a member of the Cult of the Dragon, sitting in a tavern somewhere rather than at the temple. It feels like a bit of a robbery, to be honest. Yeah.
I mean, it could.
Yeah, it didn't feel very scary.
I mean, have a general wisdom check. You're not particularly high DC. For those of you that were at, sorry, Skia, for those of you that were grey or.
Ski's still throwing her Yekel around.
Oh, well, I rolled a 1, so...
Well, I rolled a 2.
Oh,
That's
I got 10.
Canon for Eugene, isn't it? You got sorry, what did you
All
get?
intelligent.
A 2 for me.
A 2. And Ashley?
10.
10. Ashling, you're kind of like, oh, it's possible that he's been there longer and they've probably changed their tactics and evolved since he left. Bearing in mind, some of these people have been in this place for centuries.
Well, yeah, the time is a little odd in this place. So time is a soup.
Time is a soup.
Yeah, from what I was gathering, this has been like this for well over 400, 500 years, maybe?
Yeah, I feel like there's a chance that, HQ have upped their game a bit.
Wonderful.
And the cult that we met is a little bit more chill than the cult that's trying to do what they're trying to do.
So the difference between provincial cult and the city cult.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
Yes.
I think issue was fix Skia with a look. Well, I'm not letting them go on their own.
Oh, no, we're good. We're going in. I just, I want you guys tell us how you want us to handle this. Because, we could be sneaky. We could, go in guns blazing. Whatever you want.
Oh, I definitely think sneaky. Sneaky is good. I mean, we're not...
Sneaky is very good.
We're not the most... how should I put this? Combat ready of groups. But
are they extra pointy now?
All right, I take it back. Ashling is apparently now completely combat ready. Eugene is very, very effective with his magic. Not terribly robust when it comes to being hit with sharp objects or anything like that. So sneaky is good. Can we do sneaky? Are you good with sneaky? I know Skia is clearly very good with sneaky.
I can sneak in where I need to, yeah. And if you want the indirect approach, it's probably safest overall. We can get the lay of the land, figure out what's going on, and hopefully find this countess. Maybe there's an additional reward in it.
Well, I mean, just to be honest, it would just be nice to meet, royalty. I mean, I'm very fond of all of you, obviously. But,
you've been having to deal with peasants for so long.
Anyway, but yes, I think that sounds like a sensible plan for us. Ashling, Eugene?
Yeah, let's do it.
Scouting mission sounds good.
Yeah.
Oh, and we have Pocket back as well.
Pocket, we missed you.
This is Pocket. I don't know if you've met Pocket.
The hawk. Pocket the hawk.
Pocket the hawk, the rat hawk.
Oh.
Well, yeah, Pocket was a rat when we first met him.
No. I'm familiar with the spell. That's really very
Sorry.
That
I see what you did
tongue
there.
was completely unintentional, but I like it. Well, I suggest. I mean, you all look a lot cleaner, but you're still all a bit beat up. So maybe you guys
Yeah,
get
a rest
nap.
would be nice.
I'll let Oliver know that we are intending to do that, and then I'll meet you after you've had a rest, and we can discuss how we want to approach it. How does that feel?
Yeah.
Good
I
plan.
think that makes sense, yes.
As an aside, before we rest, can Eugene? So Oliver has a lot of books, and I think Eugene would like to investigate to see if he can find any more information about this elder god and who he is. So, because there's a few things that Eugene has noticed. So, one, The only celebration that happens is Winter's Festival.
That's a misnomer on my part. They celebrate different things. The only celebration you've seen is Winter's Festival.
Okay.
But from what Skier said in the general conversation around, they just choose celebrations and go like, we haven't had that for a while. Let's have that.
Okay.
It's a coping mechanism for the town.
Right. Okay. And the god, when we fought him, he said he wouldn't tell us his name, but he said he was going to show us his name. And then things got really cold.
And
and
you felt like it wasn't that you were dying, it was the fear of dying in the snow.
Yeah, snowy, icy. I think Aisling mentioned that in her dream there was like frosty things on the tent. So I think like using this information, he'd like to try and see if there's anything he can find, like using that as like a starting point, like cold, wintry, god type things.
Damn, Eugene.
I'll go with Eugene if we can go and have a little look at his books, if that's all right. I'll just wander in with Eugene.
Rok, are you helping Eugene? Are you letting Eugene guide you into what books to pull out and things like that?
I'm probably sort of looking through stuff with absolutely no idea of what I'm looking for, nor would I recognize
I think
it.
Eugene would give him like a list and be like,
I will
"Bring
say
me these."
yes. I will say yes, with the proviso that I will probably knock over several things as well. But yes, I will.
So how we'll do this is Eugene's hemming the investigation and gives you not instructions, but Eugene-style suggestions as to the sorts of things that would be useful. So Eugene, I'd like you to roll an investigation check and consider Rok giving you the help action and take it with advantage.
Hell yeah.
Sorry, did you say investigation?
Yes, please.
Maths. 23.
23.
Ooh.
Wow, that's amazing. So there are a lot of books in this mansion. A lot. Like, almost like a rabid collector of books. And there are a lot of tomes, but you kind of get the impression of the sort of things. And there's a lot here that you would love to spend time with. And there's like stuff for histories from before the Ascension that is probably more revealing about what the world was like before you all had to flee it. But you're very focused, and you get Rok. Rok kind of brings things, and you're like, no, that's not quite what I'm looking for. What you do find is you find a section that's dedicated to ancient mythology and legends. And actually, there's a number of books that have more recently had paper put into them to kind of mark things out. And you find a couple of tomes that sort of talk about Archfey and primordials, and then one book that hypothesizes that there was something before Archfey, something older, more primordial from the Feywild, that touched upon mystical energies that even the Archfey would not dare mess with. And it's in this you hear talk of you find a name for these creatures. It's a mortal name. It's a name given to them because these things are so old that they're so formless as an idea. They don't technically have names, but people refer to them as Ael. A-E-L.
Okay.
And then it talks a little bit about the fact that these are things that even the Archfey are terrified of, but they do not touch, that they do not refer, and they do not invoke. They are pure chaos and pure life. They don't care about how things do. There are no laws. This is basically... The Unseelie like to think... You've heard of the Unseelie, and the Unseelie like to think of themselves as being edgy and dark and all things twisted and evil. These things just play with the universe. They twist it to their way of thinking and their way of doing things, and then they will just discard it because it loses interest.
Sounds familiar.
Okay, cool, great.
In there, you find several names, but one of them that does appear a couple of times, has actually been underlined by somebody at some point, is the bitter memory of dying in the snow, which is a winter
That's a name?
expected ale.
Jesus.
And I think, Rok, you are standing next to Eugene when Eugene touches this and gets this name, and there's something that snaps in your mind for a second, Eugene, and you suddenly feel incredibly cold. Like, and it's almost like something is looking for you, and you want to hide.
Okay, he shuts the book pretty quickly.
Are you all right?
Yes and no at the same time. So I found some things, and I'll explain to Rok what I read.
Would I have any memory or knowledge of particularly of the ale, from the stories that I know, from my sort of legends and things?
Yeah, roll me a history check, but you can use your charisma because it would have been the sort of thing you would have picked up in bars and stories.
Yeah. What am I doing? That's a great 14.
Only in as much as you've heard rumours that the whole reason the Ascension happened was there was something ancient and fey and primordial that destroyed the world.
Well, I will share that with Eugene if they are not aware of it.
Between the two of you, you are fairly certain this is one of the creatures that tried to destroy everything.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I mean, at least we're getting a slightly better understanding of.
I don't know about you, but I've had a sudden wave of crushing anxiety.
Well, it's not the most comforting, but yeah, we'll be fine. Don't worry. I'm going to put an awkward arm around Eugene and kind of pat him on the shoulder and sort of try and comfort him a little. I'm sure we'll be fine. And the more that we know, the better equipped we are to deal with whatever we have to deal with.
True.
We have friends coming with us. Well, acquaintances. I mean, don't really know them, but
you can stay friends, Rockets.
I just said friends. I know. Anyway, moving on. I'm sure we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Right?
Yeah,
I'm sure we'll be fine.
We'll be fine.
Yeah, everything's fine. Right, I'm going to get a drink.
Question though: should we tell everyone, or do we keep it quiet? I mean, I don't want to make everyone.
Well, I mean, I don't think we need to kind of stress how utterly terrifying this could be. We should probably just mention that I obviously mean you, have found out a little more information about what we are facing. That kind of lines up with what we've experienced in the dreams and stuff. So I don't think that's anything that would terrify anyone more than they are.
Okay.
Chris, can I have a nonchalant but very intentional wander around the room and kind of just kind of walk past the desk and, if there's anywhere where he's got papers or any of his Oliver's stuff, and just kind of, take a look at some stuff, just because there's a tiny bit of Rok that surprisingly doesn't trust him.
Really? My God.
Make an investigation check for me, please.
Oh, crap.
And give the
5.
impression that you're doing this whilst you're helping Eugene out as well.
A 5.
5. You do not find anything. Actually, Oliver, the books are everywhere. You kind of books, more books. The desks are locked, but not it's not like it's just as you'd expect, like private documentation to be locked away and stuff like that. There's nothing left out. He's actually a remarkably neat and tidy person. And it's not a case of you kind of get this impression when casting around, it's not because he's hiding things, it's just literally he is neat and tidy and everything has its place.
Well, that makes me like him a little bit more.
I think the two of you make your way back to the room. Do you tell Aisling, Skia, and Eastry what you have found?
I will leave it to Eugene.
I don't think he will right now.
Okay, that's fine.
I imagine Skia and Aisling are like comparing horns, like in the mirror. Like,
Yes!
Skia's got such like envy. Like, do you think your demon can like make mine longer? I don't want powers. Just
I mean, I can check. I mean, if he was able to do this, then surely.
yeah, and it doesn't.
But yours are like, well, cool. You've got tons of them.
I know.
Like, how many have you got? And Ashling's like counting how many.
It looks like I've got 6. I've actually got 8. There's 2 like really little ones at the back that you can't see.
That's well cool. See, like mine are like taller, but you've got like
That's so
a
cool.
bunch of them.
Yeah, it's like a little crown. It's kind of cool. I'm like royal.
Yeah, that's well good. So does that mean if you like headbutted someone, you could leave like a circle of stabs in them?
Oh, I've never
Or she
done
could get
that.
herself stuck in a wall. That would be funny.
All right, that was one time.
That's
One
neat.
time that happened.
Alabaster is in full chatty mode. Like he has a comment on everything at the moment.
I'm really enjoying it. I'm liking the background sass to everything now.
And if it, like every once in a while, Skia, you notice that Aisling looks like she's listening to something else, like not in a rude way, just kind of like almost like there's somebody else having a chat at the same time.
Yeah, I think Ski is just fascinated and is just like, what did they say?
I will like tell Skia when he says something funny. He was like, oh, he said that like if you got yourself like stuck in a wall, if you headbutted it would be quite funny.
Oh, that would be funny. Ski starts looking at the walls.
No.
Oh my god, yes! I've already put a hole through that cabinet. You might as well put your head through it.
Do we have to leave like a damage deposit? Or,
Oh, good question. Good question.
the bills are racking up now. We've got wine stains, broken cabinets.
Speaking of which, I think on the way back to join the others in the room, Rok's just going to try and kind of go past anything that appears to be like a kitchen or something. And I'm going to let Eugene go back, and Rok's going to find like as many snacks and things like that he can possibly find, because he's now had a bit to drink, and now so he's going to bring back like an armful of snacks, and you're just going to hear this like awkward sort of knock on the door.
Yeah, Eugene will open the door because I feel like.
And Rok's just going to go, I brought some snacks.
Oh my
Where did
god!
you get those?
He bought cheese.
They were just.
Ah!
Well, I have got some cheese. I brought Aisling some cheese. They were just on the table where he said we could get some.
Okay.
So anyway, I brought loads of stuff, and I'm going to just push in and just dump all the snacks onto the bed. I didn't
Now it's
know
a proper slumber party.
Well, I didn't know what you wanted, or and obviously our new friends. I wasn't sure whether you like what you liked or would. I mean, I know Aisling liked. Anyway, there's lots of stuff and cheese, Aisling, and yes. So anyway,
I've never been to a slumber party. Is this what happens?
You've got one now?
to a what?
You know,
it's
when you
it's
stay
where
at
you
someone
like,
else's house.
yeah,
When you have friends.
and you all hang out together and have a laugh and compare horns.
Well, I mean, I've only got one, and but
Yeah, all right. I don't have any.
a slumber party.
Do you want me to make you some horns?
Yeah.
Oh my god, craft!
Yeah. But
Out of what?
Eugene, they can't do this. And Ishri wiggles his ears.
Oh my god!
It's so adorable.
That's
Eugene
well good.
tries to do it, but I feel like he's not very good at it.
Eugene, your hat makes up for everything.
That's
Look
true.
at it.
Well, that and the fact that your brain is larger than most
Oh
planets.
yeah, you
I
can
think.
you think about things.
Oh, but none of you, and I'm going to stand up and dramatically throw my cloak back and say, "Have a tail," and swish it around. And I still have my rope tail tied to me that the little boy gave me.
I mean, not a tail like that, surely.
And I'm just going to swish around my tail at everyone and say, "See, none of you have a tail like this."
Oh,
See,
Ashling's
yours.
like clapping it. Ashling's doing what people do when they're going to like drag shows when people are voguing. She's like, oh!
When Ski's just gonna like lean over to Estrie and be like, "I made that for like an 8-year-old."
I think you unintentionally made it for this particular 8-year-old.
I think so too.
I hear none of that. I am showing off my rope tail. Which, by the way,
So
I'm not
good.
taking off.
Nope.
Full score. So I think you guys settled down. You have a lot of laugh, and actually, probably for the first time in a while, you get to properly relax and feel calm. You can all take a take a long rest.
Yeah.
Recover your hit points and your spell slots and the like. You spend the next 6 or 7 hours. Even if you're not sleeping, you're kind of recovering and tending to each other's wounds and stuff.
Before we rest, Eugene will write a message to Greece and the people at the tavern, and fill him in on what's happening, and tell Risgrith that her wife is here.
Amazing. As before, as soon as you finish the note, it folds itself into a shape of a swallow this time, and kind of floats, taps on the window for a second until you open it, and then just flies off into the air.
Did you tell that boy that we found his mentor?
Yeah, I told him everything.
The boy.
So we're going to take a long rest, and I think that's a good place for us to also have a short rest of our own. Everybody would like, we're going to go and have a bio break, grab ourselves a cup of tea, stretch, and the like. We recommend you do the same. Please make sure you're taking care of yourself. We will be back in 10 minutes, so about probably about about 5 to 5 we'll be back, I would say. In the meantime, if you are back, please enjoy our wonderful intermission as put together by our lovely Wayne, this man down here. And we will see you in a little bit. We are back. Cool. Right. Everybody has cups of teas. Everyone's stretched and visited the facilities. Yes. Excellent. Make sure you take care of your players, DMs, and yourselves. Before the break, our party of intrepid adventurers found safe haven in Oliver de Vere's mansion, who has asked them to look into the disappearance of Countess Sothis, and offered them payment in advance by giving them new magical toys to play with. A little bit of investigation, Eugene and with the help of Rok managed to uncover the true identity of the being that may be responsible for the whole of this issue. Ael, an ancient Fey god by the name of the bitter fear of dying in the snow. Yes, with that revelation, Rok and Eugene came back for a bit of a slumber party with the others. They have all taken a long rest, during which time, do you guys want to do any sort of planning for your stealth mission to get into where the...
Planning? Before?
I thought we had. We said we'll go in sneaky and preferably not die. I thought that was pretty good planning for us. No?
For you guys,
That's a pretty solid plan.
Pretty solid plan, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. We need to plan. There has to be some plan, if just so you know when you go off plan.
But I don't even know where we're going. We're going to the temple?
If you don't have a plan, then you can't go off plan.
Without the twins here, Skier, we might actually manage to stay on plan for a change.
We might. That's a good question, though. Do you know where the twins are?
I haven't seen them since I arrived. I keep looking for them. I've asked Oliver about it. He said that if he gets an opportunity, he will...
Who were the twins?
Who were the twins?
The rest of our mercenary party, a pair of humans.
Oh.
A pair of wonderful fighters, but absolutely do not follow plans. Great to stand behind, terrible to rely on to listen to instruction.
They'll get the job done, but their way.
Bloodily, usually.
Yeah.
They sound fun.
They are.
They're so fun. So much fun. But one time, we had to take someone in, peacefully.
He was quite peaceful.
I think getting hit around the head a few times isn't that peaceful, but job done.
He probably looked peaceful as he lay there unconscious, I would imagine.
He looked pretty peaceful.
Yeah.
That qualifies, I think. So do we really know where we're going? We're going to the temple. So, without seeing the place, I'm not sure how we can make a plan.
Did I see it? I know I saw the
banners.
Banners, yeah.
Only from a distance. You kind of got the impression that it was old, probably not very well taken care of, and probably you need to get closer. But you got the impression that you probably could find easy access. It was off to one side in the town.
In that case, I think if I can I can scurry up some roofs and take a look, and I can at least maybe spot a way in. Getting in, I don't think will be the problem. It's just when we're in, how do you want to handle this?
Well, as I said, we're not the best at sort of full frontal attacks. We tend to get sort of easily damaged. Eugene's very squishy, obviously, otherwise, we have quite a great deal of spells at our disposal.
Okay.
And we don't really know what we're going to be walking into. It's a temple.
Yeah.
They're normally pretty chill, but it's a temple of a non-chill organization, so we don't know.
We don't know how many of them there are either, so...
No, exactly.
Oh, God. You said this is Eugene, what are you saying? This is a dragon god of some kind?
Yeah, something like that.
Is he chill? He, they, she?
I mean, he did visit me in a dream, and he was. I mean, he was pretty chill.
Then again, the elder one visited me in a dream, and they were pretty chill then. And they weren't a minute ago.
Yeah, he did talk a lot about wanting to destroy the entire island and everyone on it. So,
That does not sound chill.
No, not what I would class as chill.
Not a chill lad.
Istri will kind of lean. Have you had any weird dreams since you've been here?
Oh yeah.
Skip. Yeah, I had one weird dream, but that's about it. Have you?
No, I can't say I have.
I've not had anyone. I've not had anyone talking to me.
No.
Wait, you've not had any weird dreams?
Don't really sleep that much.
That's true.
Also, my people, the Elven lineage I hold, tends to be a little bit more resistant to that sort of thing.
Well, I mean, that's good. It's good that you're getting your rest. I mean, everyone needs sleep.
I mean, like, Eugene is half elf as well and had the weird dreams.
Oh.
Yeah, but I'm only half elf, so I still do
I'm
need
only
to
half
sleep.
elf. Maybe just one of those things. Maybe it's exposure or something. I did come straight to this
And I'm
town.
normally immune to magic-y things.
Does that make a difference? I came straight to the town. The town seems to be less affected by what everything's been talking about.
Oh, town's in a bubble.
I don't want to worry you, but I didn't
But you're gonna,
remember
right?
my dreams to start with. It's only when the dragon guy came into one of my dreams, and he gave me back part of my memory. So, saying this out loud, I'm realizing I should probably just stop now.
No, keep going.
If I don't remember what I don't remember, then it's not a problem. And
Well, exactly.
Okay, good.
I like that. I like you.
Exactly.
Perfect
I mean,
logic.
unless it's something essential to breathing or something, But I mean, I'm sure it's not. I'm sure you're fine.
you breathe?
What?
I'm messing with you.
Oh,
Well, I knew that. I just wasn't letting you have the. Anyway, well, what we could do is if we're going to if we have to find out what's going on, then perhaps we could. I could make someone. I could make Skia invisible.
Don't. I can go invisible. Well, not actually invisible, but like.
Okay. Well, fine.
No. Sorry. I mean.
No, it's fine. No,
It's fine.
absolutely fine. You go invisible.
No, make me invisible. I want to be invisible. It's fine. I'll take it.
That would be good. You could sneak in and perhaps survey how many people are there and what we're up against, and then you could tell us.
We do also have.
And having said that, I'm not sure what we would do with that information because.
Well, how about me and Pocket go in?
You can be team infiltrate and
Yes.
What's the word? Surveillance.
Team surveillance. Let's
Yeah.
go, Pocket. Yeah. We
Official
can do
one
that.
give us team names.
I like it.
Just sorry, Istri. I was just wondering what it was that is your specialty.
Oh, I'm a sorcerer.
Oh, cool.
I have innate magic that comes from my bloodline.
Awesome.
Lots of slightly tiny stuff, actually. It's quite useful usually. Things go faster, slower.
That sounds very cool. I can't wait to see it.
that's well cool.
Yeah, it's really fun when he makes me go really fast, but I get really tired afterwards.
You're fairly fast on your own. That would be alarming, I would imagine.
It is. The enemies, they do not like it.
No, I could imagine. It's a little like Aisling when she's had too much cheese and sugar, but she goes rather fast too.
Oh, she will
Yeah,
just
what?
move the cheese to the other side.
Ashling's just like reaching.
Yeah, that
Doesn't even
that's
notice
not
he's
when it's
moving
got
it away.
that.
It's just going away for some reason.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna. Anyway,
Yes.
I mean, I don't. Until we know what we're fighting, I'm not entirely sure how we go about planning our attack.
Are we fighting? Like, the thing to
That's
remember
the thing,
is
right? I don't know
we're
what we're going to
rescuing
be
someone.
seeing.
Yeah, we're here to rescue.
Maybe
The
there's a way
Countess,
we
right?
can sneak in and rescue the person without.
That's a much better
But
idea.
we are rescuing them from someone.
From the cult of the dragon.
And they might not want us to just waltz in and be like, he's come with us.
No, but we can do it sneakily. He is
Yeah,
right.
and
If we can do
they
it
won't
without,
know until we're gone.
we could create a diversion, and that's what people do, right? Yes, a diversion, and then while the diversion is happening, maybe we can get her, the Countess, out. But, I mean, we'd have to obviously see first.
So
But
this cult, are they bad or just misguided?
Yet to
I
be
feel like they might
seen.
have started misguided, and since
It's my impression,
since time paused.
at least from the dwarf, that we've only really spoken to one cult member. So, yeah, it was my impression that they want to. They believe that what they're doing is right. I guess, as most people, they want to free the people from whatever's happening here. They just have been led to believe that the only way to do that is by killing everyone.
yeah, that's the part that makes me think they're probably, whether intentionally or not, are sort of would be classed as bad. The kind of killing everyone in the service of the great dragon was kind of the clincher. Although, as I
Generally
say,
frowned upon that.
yeah, but as Eugene said, the one that we've actually met seemed just like a slightly misguided sort of believer. But we definitely not on board with the killing everyone part.
So subdue unless you've got no other choice.
Right.
That-
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I was trying to say. And
No,
Yeah, it's totally what you meant.
No,
Yeah.
actually,
It's what we
all
would.
that
Yeah.
was incredibly useful and helped me establish exactly where I'm coming from. There's no big
Really?
spells. Yeah.
well, unless they're
Okay.
particularly, I mean, sometimes you need to be, big and
Yeah, that's
Mm,
plan
really.
B or C maybe.
Okay, so plan A. Not
yeah, could we just do the one plan to start
voting
with?
people. Huh.
Get over there, lay of the land. Am I reading this right?
Yes, that's a good start, definitely.
So do we do this under cover of darkness?
Oh yeah.
Eugene, you're thinking like a proper adventurer now.
You are.
Yeah. That was tactical thinking.
Thanks.
What have we
I
become?
read about tactics once in a book, I guess.
Oh,
Well, this is your time to put it into practice.
Yes.
I
Okay.
think there's this awkward moment where everybody's looking at Eugene expecting tactics to come.
More.
That's all I've got, I think.
Okay, great start. Great start.
Yeah, I think for now that's fine. Yes, I think that's a good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Darkness. I can make it dark, as I think you can. I don't know, maybe not. But I can only make it dark in an area. But like to get you guys in, I could do that. Question: once I go in, is this a case of I go in, me and Pocket go in, take a look, and then come back out and let you know? Oh no, Pocket.
yes.
Yeah, come back out, or
I mean, I don't think you should sort of try and do it on your own. I feel like
oh
we
no.
can
No.
we can
So I
definitely rather
can-
support you. So.
I can like enter Pocket's mind.
So if
If
I
you will.
said something to Pocket, you would
Yeah.
hear it, then I could be like, the coast is clear, and then you could all come in.
Mhm.
Okay.
Make sure you just an observation. Make sure you're whispering that whatever Skier says to you, to us, Eugene. So I've seen people forget that they are, and then say quite loudly because they obviously can't hear themselves. It was me. I did it. I don't use the spell anymore, but it was me.
Yeah, he ruined the whole mission. It's fine. We don't talk about it.
That's amazing. Now Aisling trusts him a bit more because he's a bit more on our level.
Yeah.
So what time of day is it right now?
It's probably.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
it's
we've had our
probably
rest,
on to
haven't we?
Early evening. Like you guys got there about mid-morning. It's probably been about 7 hours, so it is early evening. Like the sun is probably about to set shortly.
Oh, have we not had our long rest yet
No,
then?
you had your long rest. Yeah.
Oh,
We slept very late.
Yeah. You basically slept through
Nice.
the day as opposed to.
nice.
Okay, so we do this tonight then?
Yeah, I think so.
I feel good.
Is everyone on board?
I'm good.
Sure.
I'm bored of sitting around. Let's do something.
I've got Alabaster back. I'm ready to roll.
We should probably check with Oliver if there's anything else we need to know, or if they can.
Oh, yeah.
He may be able to tell us something a bit more about this cult of the dragon or their temple.
Good point. Let's go and talk to Oliver then.
Right. Shall we?
You
Uh-huh.
guys make your way.
Eugene, have you got all your books?
Well, I can't bring them all, but yes.
Good. Okay. Great.
So you guys make your way downstairs. The room that you were in before, the door is open, and you can hear a light snoring from inside, and two hushed voices exchanging conversation.
I'm going to quietly go in the room.
Okay, you kind of step in, and Oliver is in his armchair, and his head is down, his beard is kind of all pushed up around his face, and he's just snoring softly.
Oh,
On the other side of the room, at a little tiny games table that's been set up, Odd Bob is teaching Tur how to play cards. Very gently. Seems that, because I mean, you got this impression when you met Odd Bob. Odd Bob has a very gentle soul, and obviously Tur has kind of responded to that quite nicely. So.
I'm going to kind of just wave at them as we come in.
He waves, Tur kind of watches him, and then
I'm going to smile at her, make sure I smile at her, and then I'm just going to clear my throat very loudly near Oliver. Oh, you were awake. Oh, good.
Are you definitely asleep? No, you was. What do you mean by that?
Well, we just wanted to find out if there's any other information you could perhaps tell us as we set off to try and save the Countess.
I can certainly try. What would you like to know?
Everything.
Oh, we're doing this again, are we?
No, not all of that. Just about. Can you tell us how many of them there are, or anything you can tell us about the temple? Or
I have, Rock. I've been in this house for 500 years. I don't know what's going on out there. I just know that there is a cult of the dragon. They have a number of people. I don't know what you're walking into. I wish I could tell you more. I know that you have a good chance of success with the tools that I've given you. I'm going to have to trust your skills on this one.
that's brave.
now I'm really worried.
I'm sorry, Ashley, but I'm not exactly brimming with offers around here at the moment. You are the best thing that's happened to this land for a long time. You are the best chance it has of surviving. No pressure.
Help us, though.
All right. Yeah, no pressure
You're
then.
our only
All right, cool.
Super.
Sorry, Eugene, what did you say?
Oh, nothing. It was just.
What did you say? Nothing.
Oh, if I had any more information, I would give it to you. You are going. You know where to find the cult more than I do. Be careful. Be smart.
Do we have to do that at the same time?
Yes.
You be careful. I'll be smart.
I think you are all braver than you think you are. It's easy to want all of the answers before you jump in, but you can't always have that, you know. Sometimes you just got to take a leap, and I think you all have that.
Oh, thanks, Gia.
That's all, you know, just observation.
Ah,
It's not like you haven't fought very powerful beings in the last 24 hours.
Exactly.
that's true. And we're not dead.
Exactly.
That's not bad.
See? Ooh. See? I think I know it's scary, but you got this. We got this.
Yes, yeah, but yes. I mean, it's not that scary. It's just, it's just the unknown. It's just because it's new, and yeah, it's not scary. It's fine. We're fine. We're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You just-
we're fine.
You can't hide from the unknown forever, though.
I could do one more thing for you, Rok. Lean down here a second.
I'm going to cautiously lean down.
He seems to concentrate, and he presses his thumb against your forehead, and there's an exchange of energy, and he casts Fortune's Favor on you.
Oh,
Ooh.
did a Vulcan mind meld with you?
So,
And you couldn't tell because I have the mind of an old dwarf, apparently. I'm just going to kind of. I think Rock's probably a bit sort of shocked at that. It kind of. Thank you. Thank you.
right, so
I meant it genuinely.
for the next hour, you can re-roll 1d20. You have to accept the changed outcome, but you basically get a free roll on one dice.
It's all good.
Awesome. For the next hour.
For the next hour.
Quick, let's go. Everybody ready?
Rock's
Let's go.
just running out the door.
I'm ready now.
Tail flapping behind him.
Right, then we're ready. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Good luck. We'll see you, hopefully, very soon.
Bye. Thank you.
Do you notice that Enchanter Amberdrew has left the building? Probably.
Just going to ask where he was.
Probably gone off to do some of his own bits and pieces, or prepare for whatever advantage you guys give them in this situation. So you guys make your way back out into the city. You find yourself. So for the rest of you, you see the alleyway the same way that Aisling did. It's very pretty from this side, and as you step forward, it's like that tingling sensation as you step beyond the confines of the curse, and you find it darker and dingier on the other side. You get that sort of sensation that, like that whole thing that was originally turning your eyes away from it, comes back, but now you know it's there. You know how to suppress it.
Yeah, it feels weird, isn't it? But if you go, there's nothing like that you will like. I thought I'd bump into something, but it's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Can I cast Pass Without a Trace on us all as we head over to the temple?
Yeah, absolutely.
Does that create a giant shrub around us all, and we just sort of?
Yeah. We're all in
A
shrubs.
cardboard box.
Yeah.
You'll get
Yeah.
every
Yes,
time
a
the
cardboard box.
guard sees you, they get an exclamation point above their head.
Yeah.
No, every time they
Must
see
have
us, we
been
just
the wind.
stop. We just stop moving. There's just a line of random boxes there. Not at all suspicious in any way.
So you guys
Don't be suspicious.
are you
Don't
guys
be
stealthing-
suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Are you guys stealthing all the way there, or are you going to cast it?
We can take hours
When
to
we're
get
closer,
there.
when we're much
Yeah,
closer.
when we're like at the gate.
No, all the way, Rock is doing Mission
Like
Impossible
this.
style, creeping along all the walls as we go along.
Yes.
The whole way. The whole way.
Barrel rolling all the time.
Totally. Behind every bush, every lamppost.
So
Okay, cool.
As you guys make your way through the town, you can hear from the outside of the town the evening festivities are kind of going. And actually, as you kind of get a little closer to the temple, you see as fireworks start to go off at the end of the celebration. It does mean the streets are very quiet, which means you do not bump into many people whilst you are there at all. So it's easy to move. You head north in the city to where you saw the temple when you first arrived, and as you get closer you notice that this area is much more abandoned. Less of the houses look currently lived in, or there's less signs of recent life in them, almost like the people have decided to walk away from this area and kind of congregate closer to the heart where you were before. It's not entirely abandoned. There's a sign of a few people who are stubbornly living out. There's a few people who have been left sitting on benches or standing somewhere comfortable. Again, you see signs of people have been taking care of them, keeping them clean, and the like. But other than that, they don't interact with you or respond. And there are more of them here than there seems to be anywhere else. You eventually come up a long causeway, flagged by like much more official-looking buildings, and comes to like a second inner wall, like a second defensive position, which is very run down, and you can see it looks like defensive have been rebuilt into it a little bit. And you get close enough, and I think it's that point in time that Skier goes, "We probably need to go stealth for now." So you cast Pass Without a Trace, and I think we'll have a stealth roll off of everybody.
Whoa.
You
And
get
Pass
+10.
Without Trace gives us
Plus 10.
Oh yeah, does that
Plus
give
10.
us any sort of buff?
plus
Okay,
10.
That's gonna be useful.
Oh, come on.
Oh, that's not bad.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
got a 14, so that'll be 24 for me.
I got 21 altogether.
Anyone?
Do you add it to your roll or your roll plus modifier as per normal?
Roll for normal and then add 10 on top of that.
Okay, so
So if you rolled a 14, it would be 24.
29.
29.
Whoa.
Nice.
Also at 29. for
Also
Skier.
at 29.
Dang.
Uh,
It's a good shrub.
it is.
It's a good shrub.
Really good shrub. So we haven't cast this yet, Skier. So to describe how Skier's magic looks and how
Ooh,
it
yeah.
manifests.
I think, as I've mentioned before, like a lot of her magic doesn't look like magic. So I imagine it's not so much like you actually see anything, but it's more like giving everyone that ability. They like, I just know to stand in this footprint, and I just know to just hide behind this wall for a second and then move. It's a lot of like, you can't see it, you just instinctively go, I need to do this and I need to do that, and any sign of like you being there is like swept away with like just the wind.
Lovely.
Nice.
So you guys don't really even feel this magic wave washing over you, but you do see the effects of it. like Skia just seems to do something, and then sort of she guides you in a way that's almost organic, and you kind of fall in line, and you just all seem to be a bit sharper and more aware of what's going on. And you've managed to get all the way up to the wall without being spotted at all.
Yes.
You
Hold on,
can
Skia.
see a couple of people in these makeshift wooden stands, poorly armoured, with ramshackle weaponry and stuff like that. They don't look particularly organised. You do think you could probably, because they're so badly spread out. This is clearly not a military-minded group of people here. So, from your experience, you think you could probably sneak the whole party inside, no problem.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I think she wants to do that, and I'm just checking the range on a spell. I'm just wondering if she could use her thaumaturgy to just make a really quiet sound, like just so they look in the other direction as we sneak past.
I've got a feeling thaumaturgy is only about 10 or 15 feet.
Yeah, yes, it's 30 feet from me, so that's still...
No, if you feel comfortable with that's probably far enough to have a go.
Yeah, I think I'll try and sneak everyone past, and when they're in range, just have it like they can just hear something just behind their other ear, so they like turn around just for that like quick bit for us to get around.
I absolutely
That's
adore
good.
that, yeah. I think what we'll do is we'll get you to roll a spell attack.
Okay.
Just versus their passive wisdom.
Oh, I rolled a 15, so 22.
22, yeah, it works really well. So you kind of do this, like, it's one of them is turning towards where your party's going. You kind of throw your voice. How do you do that? Because obviously your infernal magic is different from your ranger magic.
Yeah, I think it's like throwing your voice, and there's just some infernal muttering like going on in the ear. But I imagine she like says it and then blows it like on the wind.
Oh, I like that.
I like that.
Cool. And you guys watch as Skia kind of talks into hand, and then just and there's kind of, you guys can just about make out this little tiny bit of weird muttering on the edge of your hearing, and the guard who's looking towards you suddenly turns, like raises his weapon and goes, huh? Who's there? What was that? And you guys go through.
Barrel roll.
Oh shit.
Is Rok just barrel rolling?
The whole way.
Rolling all the
You're
way.
Dark Soulsing your way into this place.
Yeah. Rok is like stealthing like he's never stealthed before in his life.
Melding into shadow. You guys make your way across this sort of like makeshift bridge into an open courtyard. So this was once a really grand set of buildings, like possibly even like a central church for the region, or things like that. And you can see symbols, old symbols that kind of mark up to Sister Sun, Brother Moon, they who exist beyond the veil, gods that you're very familiar with, like that are commonly worshipped on a day-to-day basis for normal things. Like the twins of Artifice are there, and there's even a shrine to the Navigator, although they look very different in this version. Instead of the suave sky pirate that you guys know and love in your world, they kind of seem to have like a much more briny sort of feel to them. They have fins for ears instead of sharp elven ears, which you are used to.
Ooh.
Something very different about them. The grounds are patrolled, but scarcely. It's very easy to shift, and you can see lights on in the biggest building, which is where most of the activity seems to be happening.
Okay, and this building, does it have like windows that it looks like we could look in if we were to go closer?
It does indeed. It also looks like some of the walls have caved away along to one side as well. So on the back, it doesn't look like it'd be easy, but you could probably clamber up to one side and have a look through holes in the wall.
Okay.
That could be a good place for, like, you, Skier, and Pocket to get in.
Yeah. Maybe we can scramble up and go take a look and just let you know what we see. Okay.
Good idea. We'll like stay close. So shall we like go around the corner or something?
Yeah.
I think we'll try and find somewhere that's as sort of hidden or secluded or like literally behind a bush or something, because I know Eugene.
Yes.
By now I know what Eugene's going to do, so I want to make sure that he is safe wherever we are.
Yeah. And there are some very big, thick bushes. It doesn't look like anyone's really tending the grounds very well at all.
Fools.
Ashling feels much more at home in a shrub.
There's a life mode if ever there was one. The rest of you hunker down behind this, and Eugene, you kind of sit cross-legged and project your thoughts
Walk mode.
into hawk mode. And a hawk. Or what do you tell Pocket to do?
Just go with Skier, and just keep your eyes peeled.
And Pocket kind of leaps from the top of Eugene's hat and kind of nestles themselves on the top of your poncho. Just kind of gives you this sort of very intelligent nod, as if to say, "I'm ready. Let's do this."
Skier gives it this equal amount of respect.
Pocket's the best adventurer out of all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pocket knows what's going on.
Yeah, Pocket's secretly like a level 20.
Just cursed into being a little.
Pocket is probably is a fade god or something.
Yep.
I mean,
Could be.
There are animal gods in your world. They're not common.
There is.
But they do exist.
Anyway, back to Skier and Hawk.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll scramble up and take a look.
Cool. I'm going to let your stealth ride over for this particular one, and you kind of get all the way up, and you can clamber up, and you can just make out. And you've got quite good dark vision, from what I remember. The inside is very dimly lit by odd candles here and there, and inside you can see quite a few figures, actually. There are 6 people standing below what obviously used to be the dais, where most of the ceremony would have taken place, and 2 people standing above them, like looking. Make an insight check for me, actually.
Okay. Insight.
Did you say 6 figures on the first lot?
Yeah. So there's 8 people in total that you can see.
18 on the insight.
18 on the inside, yeah. It's tense. The 2 people who are facing down seem to be very defensive, and the 6 people standing below them, all very sort of, again, like all sort of shoddily dressed, with whatever equipment they can find, armed with odd weapons and things like that. All wearing this silver badge that seems to have been hammered out of different things, which looks like a dragon symbol. There is obviously an exchange going on here. It's very hushed words, but it's kind of carrying around what's left of the room with a little bit of an echo. You can feel there's a tenseness to it. Like these 2 people are facing down these 6. Even though they're all part of the Cult of the Dragon, there seems to be something going down. Also, make me a perception check or an investigation check, your choice.
Definitely perception.
Can I also do a perception check as I'm seeing through?
Absolutely, yes, please.
Oh my lord, Skier.
I see everything.
Jesus. You can see smells.
I can. Yeah, that's a 30.
A 30, blimey.
Yeah, I rolled in that 20, but still,
Nice.
30 is insane.
Okay, so we'll just see what
Oh, I get advantage, don't I? Because I'm hawky.
Hawky.
It's 13.
13, yeah. Pocket doesn't quite notice as much nuance to it because I don't think Pocket really knows what to look for. And although you are riding in Pocket's mind and telling them to look, it's kind of like it's Rok. Why do you care about that? Maybe this is much more interesting. There's movement there. So you kind of don't notice anything out of particular. Skier, you see in the dark recesses just below where you are, the edges of the cage. In it is a unconscious figure. With your natural 20, your ridiculous natural 20, that's amazing.
30, I mean.
You can make out fine clothing over a very scaly form. Long limbs, taller than Rok. Draconic in nature. With green tinged silver scales. Roll me I could get you to roll lots of stuff. Actually, no, I think you know. Almost mithril in colour.
Oh, okay.
And I think with that you can ask me a question about this figure or the situation in the room, and I'll give you an honest answer because you roll so well.
Okay. I think Ski is fairly confident that's the person we need to rescue. I think the one thing she is concerned about is the vibe of all the people. What would she notice? I guess I want to know whether this looks like these 6 people are about to turn on these 2 people and we need to jump in and fight, or whether it feels like if they keep distracted, I feel like we could come in and just like sneak this person out.
So I think honestly you feel like they're too close to this cage to be able to do that with any safety.
Cool.
The vibe is this could, if it doesn't go right, could turn to violence very quickly.
Okay.
The 2 on the dais seem to be in a very protective sort of stance, like they are trying to prevent these 6 people getting to this other figure.
So the 6 people are almost trying to protect the person in the cage from those other 2?
No, those 2 are protecting the people in the person in the cage from these 6.
From these 6, okay. Then I will scramble back down and explain everything I just saw to well, yeah, actually, I could just whisper it all to Pocket and say, obviously, very whispered. Maybe we need a diplomat to go in because I think something's about to go down and we don't have much time.
Okay.
But I don't know if they
go back to my brain and to consciousness and then relate to them what Skier related to me as Pocket.
But I don't know if they. I mean, one of us couldn't sort of walk in as a diplomat of any sort because we're not supposed to be here, surely.
I had a thought. So this dragon-like being, sort of mithril coloured. Perhaps this is the other person in the other entity in your dream, Rok, that was asking us for help.
As soon as Eugene says that, you realise the metal that you didn't recognise was mithril.
It was mithril. That's it. That's the one.
Right. Okay. So we need to help.
We do. So if that group are trying to do something to them, and the 2 are trying to protect them, then the 2 are loosely...
the 4 of us plus the 2 of them matches the other 6 of them, so it's pretty even.
And how do we let the 2 of them know that we'd be on their side, though.
Well, Skia suggested sending in a diplomat, and
Wait, I can if I get close enough, I can use my telepathy to one of the ones that are trying to help her. I mean, they're probably still not our allies, but they may at least be sort of.
One of the things
I feel like out of all of
they are
us,
all members of the cult of the dragon. Whatever schism is here, it's between two factions within the cult.
Yeah, so friends loosely is probably the only
And
way
she
they're going to be.
is still in a cage. So
Yeah. Let me just. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to check my my ability to speak to them.
And I feel like if anyone's going to be a diplomat, it would be the
Yeah.
dragony-looking member of our
yeah,
group.
they're probably gonna listen to you. And I mean, you're good at talking to
Oh,
people.
me? Yes, of course. Yes, I am.
Yeah,
A dragon. Yes.
you have a tail now.
I'm not sure that's going to pass in this circumstance.
You might want to hide that if you're going the diplomat's route, just for the time being, just because not
That's
everyone
fair
will
enough.
understand that in the way that we do.
Yeah,
Just tuck it into your pants.
Good advice, Aisling. That's the very good advice. Chris, I'm just trying to find the range on my telepathy, but I cannot even find it.
I feel like it's 10 foot per level or something crazy like that. Hang on 1 second. If you go to D&D Beyond, if you go to features and traits,
Yeah, I'm in there.
click on racial traits.
Yeah. Oh, that's why. Ritual trait. Got it.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. Breast weapon. There we go. Okay, so it's within 30 feet. Sorry. That took a bit long. But yeah, so I could talk into their mind and perhaps just tell them that. I don't know. What do I tell them? That we're there to help them? Could I perhaps lie and tell them that the great dragon has sent me?
Oh,
Why
yeah.
not? Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want, also, Skeeter will just scramble back down. If you want to go in, I could disguise myself to look like one of them. So at least, you may look like you're with the cult.
That's a very good idea. Okay, so what am I telling them? We have to decide quickly, I know. But so I'm going to tell them that I'm an emissary of the great dragon, and
What about we need the prisoner in our care, in your care.
yes, that's it. We'll do that. Oh, yes, we'll do that. Okay, good.
This
Right.
can't
And
go wrong.
we'll be on standby.
Yes, I would suggest that you're sort of nearby, just in case. I'm not saying anything's going to go wrong, but if it does go wrong, we might need you. So
I feel like we should stay out of visual range at the beginning, though.
Oh yeah,
definitely,
we'll hide
yes.
somewhere.
Okay, good.
Right.
Look at you with planning. I'm so proud.
I know, it's wild.
The first time for everything.
Yeah. Don't get used to it. It's not going to last.
Nah.
So the plan is Rok and Skia, you are going to go round the entranceway.
Yeah.
And Rok is going to use his telepathy to talk to one of these two figures once you're within 30 feet.
Yes. So my plan is to communicate with one of them, and to tell them that the great dragon has sent an emissary to aid them.
Interesting. These people are at the back of the hall. I'm just quick measurement.
I was going to say that's obviously if there's distance allows. If not, we will just walk in.
Can we, the rest of us, position ourselves like where Skia was before? Would we be then able to enter from that position?
Shall I show you a map?
Yes.
Yes, please. I was going to say, is there a Roll20 map for this?
Oh no!
So I will pop you all on the map.
Where is it? Oh, there. Ooh.
Oh, it's a deceptively pretty map.
It's
I know.
a really lovely map. This is from 2 Minute Tabletop.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Two wonderful people I go to for maps on a regular basis. The other one, of course, being the infinitely lovely Dungeon Baker.
Dungeon Baker.
Um,
Okay, cool. So,
you guys will be coming in from the south because that's the only easy entrance. Where Skier was before was, and I'll ping it on the map for you because everyone will be able to see it, was here.
right.
So you could climb up and look in through there, but you couldn't access. Unfortunately, 30 feet puts it just behind these people here.
Yeah.
So you won't be able to get close enough to reach these two here.
Okay, so I'm just going to, before we head off, just sort of, I would be aware that was out of reach. Yeah. However, what I could do is, if I communicate with them from where Skier was, basically, I could then talk into their mind and tell them that an emissary will be arriving to help them soon, and then we can go to the entrance and arrive. Then at least they'll know.
Giving them a heads up.
Yeah, so it'd be less of a shock.
I could cast message.
Oh yes, if you tell one of them, I'll tell the other. Does that work?
Yeah,
that's a well good idea.
Yeah, because that message is 120 feet.
It is, yeah.
No.
Damn.
So I can do the warning them, I guess. And,
okay. Yes, because then if you warn them, then I can make an entrance.
Yeah. I'll prepare them for like your grand entrance.
There we go. Tell them that an emissary of the great dragon is coming to help them, and that they should assist the emissary in protecting the mithril dragonborn.
Okay.
Yes?
Got it.
Okay. Good.
Awesome. So,
right.
What I'm going to get you to do is, guys, I would like you to drag yourselves onto the south of this map, just so that you're in sort of a rough position to where you're going to be hiding whilst this is happening.
How south do you want us?
South as you like.
South as we like. All right.
So if we'll consider the fact that you're probably not going into the building just yet. For the people at home, I'm just going to quickly show them the rest of the map.
I shall hide behind a pillar.
Yeah, me too.
Awesome.
We're all hiding behind pillars, Scooby-Doo style.
Cool. And I have a token for... No, that's not right. Oh well, that'll do for now. I did have a token, but apparently didn't save, so we're just gonna manage.
Oh. That's what Estrie looks like, actually.
Yeah, just
purple.
Yeah, perfect.
I mean, it's about the right colour for his skin, so
Yeah.
There you go. It's uncanny.
there we go.
And
So, right, how do you guys want to proceed with this?
well, I guess I'll start by casting message.
Yeah. And what are you saying in your message?
Greetings, friend. I've been tasked with letting you know that an emissary from the Great Dragon will be arriving shortly to assist you. Please expect his arrival any minute.
I would like you to make a deception check.
Oh, wait. Before you do that, as we're not in combat yet, Chris, am I able to use Bardic Inspiration before we do that?
I will allow it. I'm going to let you do it.
So I will Bardically inspire Eugene for this one, because this is kind of...
And sorry, remind me for the millionth time, your inspiration dice is a
D8 now, I think.
Hell yeah.
I think you're D8 at level 5, I think.
Yeah, D8.
Oh, I actually got a 17, so I'll stick with that.
Oh, you still got
Nice.
it.
Save that for later.
Mm-hmm.
So what did you get, sorry, Eugene?
17.
17. So there are two figures. One of them is an heavily armoured, quite muscular man with a big ass beard. who actually looks a little better equipped than the rest of the people around him. And the other is a
I
tall...
thought you were just going to say he's got a big ass.
Big ass.
Tiny bum.
We don't body shame in this show.
No, but I need to be for tactical reasons.
For tactical,
Dump truck.
Yeah.
Is he thick?
The man is
he
thick. Yes.
How many C's are we talking?
4.
Oh,
Oh,
Whoa.
yuck.
The woman to his right is very pale skinned, wearing robes rather than that, and looks a little bit more official than everybody else around her. So, like slight light silver trimming to her robes that the others do not.
Okay, Eugene would pick her to send the message to.
Excellent. So she kind of stops she almost stops in the middle of a sentence and just holds her hands up for a second. And then she kind of very whispered, she goes, well, that's very interesting because we don't have any emissaries. Why are you here?
I mean, can I reply? Can
Yeah,
she
I mean, you can
reply?
pass message again.
But can she reply to me if she doesn't know I'm
You
there?
can reply to message.
Okay.
It's the whole thing. It's the difference between what you did and what Rok would have done is that she can actually respond to that.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
I'm going to say to these guys, we might need a plan B and quickly.
Already?
I pull up my
You just
usual one.
started.
which
I'm going to say back to her, okay, we I think we're on the same team. We just want to help.
There's a moment, and then she kind of just leans out towards the other man. Take them down quickly, then, before they kill the half dragon.
Okay, I'm going to say to these guys, okay, it was touch and go for a little bit there, but I think they will be on, the two will be on our side when we go in, but we need to do it now.
Oh, what? All of us?
DM, just to clarify, did she say that to the guy next to her or to Eugene?
She leant. Okay, so the impression that Eugene would have got is from where Eugene was standing, is that she leant in so that he could hear what she was saying as she responded to Eugene.
Okay.
You kind of do
Okay.
notice that the figures in front of them are reaching for weapons now. I would like you all to roll initiative.
Oh, come on!
Yes.
We're going to roll slightly late today because I would like to get through this combat before the end of the session. Is that all right for everybody, or yeah?
Yeah, just as long as it's not like too far over,
No, I
because
think-
I'll have to feed my werewolf.
Yeah. No, I think probably half an hour. I think probably, given how
Cool.
you guys normally rip through things. Cool. So, Aisling, you got a 10. Skia a 21. What did you get? Right?
A 4.
A 4.
Wow,
Eugene,
I got a 12.
a 12.
I'm usually low.
Respect. 12.
Yeah.
These three got. a
Crap, I
flat
better
11.
start planning what I'm doing.
But do we get an entrance before that, though?
I will give you guys a surprise round. I think
Yeah!
that's fair.
So I am just going to look at my compatriots very quickly and say, does that mean the diplomacy is off the table now?
Yeah, I think we're just going in.
Yeah. Sounds a bit urgent.
Ishi says,
Okay.
subdue rather than kill.
Yes.
Awesome. So, Skia, you are up first.
Okay. I've got to remember my dread ambusher stuff. So apologies.
No worries. On your first.
so I have-
Go on, say. Yeah. Do you want to tell people?
Oh, yeah, Ski is very good on her first round, essentially. her job is to get things done as quickly as possible.
Yes.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then she gets an extra 10 feet of movement. And then I think I'm just going to check who's within range. I think you all are. I'm just going to go for this guy here, this person there. And I'm going to use my name Yickleworth. And I'm going to make 3 attacks.
Go.
Okay. First is a 26.
26 will hit.
Okay. Second is a 9. Not good.
9 will not hit. Are you making
Third
it
is
all on
a-
the same person, or are you?
Oh, that's a good. I'll roll damage. I think they're all on the same person unless that person goes down, in which case.
So I think. Do you want to roll your damage on your first one then and see what happens?
Yeah. I need to add another d8 to this, so I'm just going to roll that. So it's 11, 14 points of damage.
Yeah, he goes down as the blunt end of your Yikwa bashes into the back of his skull and he just falls forward. And it kind of
Amazing.
spins back into your hand.
And then I guess I'll just hit the one to the right of them. It's kind of like split them up. And it was a 16 to hit.
16 will hit, yeah.
10 and another d8. Don't worry, my damage isn't like this all the time. It's just that round. Oh, I rolled an 8, so that's 18 points of damage.
18 points of damage also goes down, and I presume you're trying to be non-lethal about this.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, they said non-lethal doesn't necessarily mean Skier wants to go non-lethal. She might want to stab.
That's a good point.
She fights the urge to want to go lethal. And I think I'm not going to cast Hunter's Mark. That is Skier's turn.
Don't you have a third? Oh no, you missed your second one.
I missed my second, yeah.
Brilliant. So with a burst of speed, Skier darts from the shadows, flinging the new Ikwa, which bashes into the back of one of the cultists' head, who goes down like a sack of rocks. Spins back into her hand, and double hands. It goes wide on the second one. It comes round, loops back into her hand, and with a spin, underhanded spin, she knocks out a third.
Oh, so cool.
That is your go. And you have any bonus actions or anything you want to take?
No, I don't think. No, she won't. That's me done.
Just realised how powerful that item is in your hands now.
Yeah.
It is the 2 remaining cultists go. Just take 2 of those off the board. The third one will turn around and he pulls out a shoddy looking dagger and like a rusty scimitar, and he's going to charge at you, brandishing it. 15 to hit.
No, misses.
I think you just
Aha.
dart out the way as he comes in, and his fellow will also try and do the same, coming up alongside you with a 21 to hit, 22 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And doing a grand total of 1 point of damage.
Ooh, careful.
It's kind of like, I think you're ducking out of the way as it comes past, and it just kind of literally just cuts your cheek.
Not
Ooh.
my face!
Not the face! Not the face!
Face, in the face! Eugene, what would you like to do? It is your turn.
Sorry. I will move here, just inside, and Actually, I think I can just about make it closer, and then I'm going to cast Thunderstep. And wait, if I come to this space, can I cast Thunderstep and take Skier with me?
I think you can if they're a willing creature, can't you?
Yeah.
Step, yeah.
Okay, so I am going to, the kind of, you've seen it once before. So I think you just probably saw me and Aisling coming out of it. So like a big like sparking purple like portal is going to open next to us, and he's just going to kind of grab you and be like, okay, let's get a bit further away, right? And he kind of pulls you through, and then another portal is going to open towards like behind them somewhere here, and then they'll appear out of it, and then these two will need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, they're very good at these, you know. Did you want to?
Yeah, any creature within 10 feet of the space you left must make a Constitution saving throw.
Nice. First one rolls a 13.
It's a DC 15.
So they fail, and the second one rolls a 12. So they also fail.
Cool.
Would you like to roll your damage?
Yes, let me just check what that is. Sorry, everyone. 3d10 thunder gem.
Jesus.
I know, that could be incredible.
Yes.
What's the structural integrity of this temple like?
I mean, some of those tiles are definitely going.
It's about to get
Sorry,
worse,
everyone.
whatever it is.
That's 13.
13 damage. Both of them go down.
Damn! I don't even need to do shit! Just standing here.
And then Rock's just going to look at Ashley and just go, I haven't even made my entrance.
Yeah, you were supposed to get this grand entrance.
Aww.
You haven't even stepped inside the building.
Ooh, Rock will remember this. Okay. Anything else you want to do with your turn, Eugene?
He's just gonna turn to Skier and check that she's okay. Not feeling too motion sick, I guess.
No, I think she's like a bit dizzy, but like enjoying it a bit dizzy. Like she's like, whoa, done. But then she'll immediately go into like defense of Eugene, because she'll be like, oh, you've just put yourself in more danger though, so I'm going to try and defend
Aww.
Eugene.
Ski is such a good egg.
History. It is his go. He is going to look at Rock and go, oh, why don't we get you up there? And he's going to weave spells, and you kind of see like these little lines kind of appear around his eyes and things like that glow with like a silver, and a clock appears in his hand, which he spins, and suddenly the world moves so much slower for you, and he will cast haste on you.
Oh.
I don't know what this does.
So, you now have an additional 2 to your AC. You have advantage on dexterity saving throws, and you gain an additional action on each of your turns. That action
Blimey.
can only be used to take the attack with one weapon if you have multiple attacks. Dash, disengage, hide, or use an object.
Dang.
Blimey. And how long does that last?
That lasts for a minute.
Jeez.
Whoa!
And he just kind of smiles and goes, off you go then. And will move himself up closer to the front so that he has vision in case he needs to do suppressing fire.
I feel like Rock might hear next to him Aisling going like, what the fuck?
Yeah, from your position, actually, Rock suddenly seems to be moving much faster.
Oh, it's gonna be hell on my knees.
my god.
Love it. Absolutely adore it. Ashley, it is your go.
Oh. I mean, they're all down, right?
Nope. The
other two.
The little guys are down, but there are still 2 more.
Yeah.
In action. So these 2 at the front here.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
How far away are they from each other? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
About 20 foot away from each other.
Okay, in that case, 3rd level, I'm going to cast Hold Person at them both, because they're within 30 feet of each other.
Cool. What's the range on Hold Person?
60 feet. Can I reach them, or do I need to come forward?
You'll need to move forward. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, just a little bit, though. Yeah, just kind of to about here, I would probably say.
Okay, I'll come in a bit then.
Yeah?
Yeah, and then I'll cast Hold Person on those 2. They have to make a Wisdom saving throw or be paralyzed for the duration.
Nice. Okay. First one rolls an 18.
Yeah, that saves.
The second one rolls a 10. So you
That doesn't.
Yeah. So when you kind of get in closer, you can see one of them is a human woman with red hair, and the other one is an elven man with a scarf pulled all the way up, wearing like a dark cloak. So he is slow at the moment.
Cool. And then at their turn, they do a Wisdom saving throw each time to try and break it.
Yeah, no problem.
And they're paralyzed.
Yes, they cannot move at this point in time.
Nope.
Chris.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I wanted to roll an initiative Pocket. I forgot that I had to roll a separate initiative.
Oh, yeah.
We'll run it like they do with the new stuff. So Pocket's turn will happen after yours, and unless you give Pocket an instruction, they will go to defense mode.
Okay.
We'll run it like they do ranges and stuff like that, just because I actually think that's cleaner and easier.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, just so for the next
Can
round, Pocket happens.
Say that he came with us.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, because I think he would be on either you or Skier at this point in time, and he doesn't count as a separate creature for that.
Okay, cool.
It is first Fanatic's turn. They will try and roll to be free of the spell.
Oh, sucks.
Sorry about it. The other one.
Sorry about it.
The other one, however, will turn around, and you, Skier and Eugene, you hear saying, like, "Promise will not be broken by interlopers." She is going to cast Inflict Wounds on Eugene. Oh, it's a touch spell, so she rushes into you first.
Oh no!
Yikes.
The spell. That is a 19 to hit.
Yeah, definitely hits.
3d10. 20 points of damage.
Yo!
As this kind of necrotic energy kind of just shoots through your body.
Oh boy.
Just for the reassurance of my party members, I did get some extra HP when I leveled up, so I'm not about to die anymore.
Hail Satan.
I mean, at this level,
I mean,
20,
I
20
definitely
is quite
can't
a
do
chunk.
that again, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's not as dire as it was at level 4.
Good. We're not calling a priest and making arrangements.
It's right in front of you. It's going really well for them.
That's true. Yay!
What is your go?
Okay. Well, now that my dramatic entrance is completely ruined and utterly useless,
You've got a different dramatic entrance now.
Yeah, you got a
Yes.
real speedy, like,
so I
Quicksilver
am
entrance.
going to. Yeah. Oh, maybe not. Yeah. I'm going to literally just run and appear, not appear, but run to between these two. And for my bonus action, as I run past Skier, I'm going to say, "Would you take better care of Eugene?" Which is my bardic inspiration for you.
Thank you.
And then I am going to take out my pistol and I'm going to fire it at this one in front of them.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh boy, okay, come on, good dice, be nice. That would be a 15 to hit.
15 will hit.
Okay.
Nice.
And that is however many that says on there. So 8 points of piercing damage.
Nice. The bullet takes her in the shoulder, and you see it definitely like wings her. Does a little bit of damage.
Cool. Because I am moving at exceptional speeds and I have an additional attack action,
You would have used your additional action to dash.
Oh, is that taken if I use the dash? Got it. Okay,
So you
that's fine.
that's why you got to attack as well on this round.
That's fine.
Wait, isn't Rok's movement 60 feet now just because of haste?
Oh, actually, you might be right. Hang on.
I think it's
Yes,
double
yes,
speed.
you are right. I am
Yeah.
wrong. You have your additional action. Do you want to take? What would you like to do with it?
Yeah, I'm going to shoot at her again. And much to everyone's surprise, because they haven't seen me do this, I'm going to take a shot and literally like spin the gun back like some kind of gunslinger, reload and point it and shoot again within like split seconds.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's a 18 to hit.
18 will hit. Just roll your damage, please.
nice.
And that would be another 10 points of piercing damage
Nice.
on the one in front of Eugene.
You kind of shoot her. I think this time she's trying to spin away at the time, and it just kind of catches her in the thigh.
Ooh.
She looks like she's bleeding quite badly at this point.
And I'm just going to grumble under my breath and just say, "Get away from them."
Skier and Eugene, you guys have seen pistols out and about. They don't usually reload that quickly.
That's cool.
Well, this one does.
So it is the other priest's turn. She takes a look at the situation. I think she can sense that things are going her way. She kind of reaches out and she forms words, and a large spectral sword appears in front of the held cultist. And strikes him. She manifests a spectral weapon, so Arcade, ladies and gentlemen.
They're all waiting for the DINNER because
Oh, yeah.
mine has just got off the sofa and is staring at me.
Yeah.
Why is this happening? Why are you late? What's going on?
It's like being in shark-infested waters. They're literally circling.
Oh,
Cool. So you kind of watch this spiritual weapon just lay into this guy. Yeah, because he's paralyzed. She hits him with no problem at all, and she nods to the warrior, who will take a step forward and charge at the same fellow bringing down his sword. 24, hitting for 24, and doing a grand total of 15 damage. That guy looks rough.
Sorry about it.
Top of the round.
Skier!
Skier's going to give Rok a nod as he runs past. And move 5, 10, 15 up here in an attempt to like pull the woman away from Eugene. It's gonna.
She is going to try and take an attack of opportunity against you.
She can do that.
She can try.
Try.
She can certainly try. Why are you doing this now? Sorry, guys. There we go. Cool. Yes, she will try and stab you with a sharp-looking dagger.
Ow.
23 to hit.
Yeah, I don't know.
Doing 4 damage.
Okay. 4 points of damage. Then gonna throw my Yickle at her. Isn't that one? No, it's not. It's a 7. It was a 7. So it's a 14 total.
14 total, of course. It does actually hit.
Ooh.
Thank goodness. And that's an 8 plus 2 because I threw it because of my special fighting style, so 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage. She is looking like she's on her last legs.
Okay, we try hit her again. 23.
23 will definitely hit.
Damn.
And that's 13 points of damage.
Damn!
She goes down.
Yeah. She's
Hell
just like,
yeah.
Get away, and she throws it. And then when it comes back, from my thread, and then she throws it again.
Yeah!
So she was trying to be as lethal as fuck. Pardon my language. Are you responding, or are you still going to stick to we're not killing people here today?
I think she's doing some wounding that could be lethal. If anyone argues it, she's like, well,
I'm fine with that. Ski is comfortable with that. She kills the woman. She goes down.
It's like their head is still attached. What else do you want from me?
Exactly.
Yeah, if she bleeds out later, that's not my fault.
That's her thing. She's like, if she's bleeding and she doesn't patch herself up, then that's not
her.
She falls down to her knees and she's breathing heavily. And she's you can tell she's definitely out of the fight, and she looks like she could die from her wounds.
Bummer.
But she did just try and drain the life right out of you. So how you interpret that?
Yeah.
Awesome. Is there anything else Gia would like to do on her turn?
No, I don't actually think there is. I think that's her turn. She just turns around, ready to fight this other one, and will maybe stand next to Rok. Again, trying to be protective, but like it's not really that protective at all.
She's much smaller than Rok is, but I think she's probably more effective sometimes.
Oh, hell yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Is that part of the fight that everyone loves? Cultist dead. Cultist dead. Cultist dead. Cultist dead. Eugene, your go.
Nice.
Oh, Eugene. Well,
What would Eugene do?
Like, how close to death are we talking?
If you stab
Like, is she
her
gonna
now, she would
bleed
die.
out in minutes, or is it?
You might be able to have a conversation with her. She's not in the fight anymore, definitely.
I think he's going to stabilize her so she doesn't die.
Fair. You sweet boy.
Sorry.
Aww.
Roll a medicine.
Can Aisling yell over as she sees Eugene going through that and be like, I can spare the dying.
Your
It
Mona
sounds
was
like-
fine.
I know, right?
Yeah, wrong.
Nice and light. Spare the dying if that's any help. Just saying.
16
You could, like,
on the
leave
medicine
them-
check.
You can stay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you see Eugene. You guys see watches Eugene kind of steps down and kind of stops the bleeding, pulls pieces of her cloak off and just kind of wraps it up. So she's in no danger of dying at this point.
She is if I shoot her again.
Do you want to do anything with your bonus action? You still have that, and you can.
Yeah, I guess I can move. She's not going to attack me, is she? I think he's just going to move towards this way to get a better view of what's going on over here, and then, yeah, wait. Pocket will come to.
Actually, will wander into the room, kind of looking at the chaos that his spell has helped to include, even though he's not really done much. He's going to smile at Skia, and you kind of see him look at the last remaining figure, and he clicks his fingers, and there's a flash again, and he will cast Mind Sliver.
Damn.
Mind Sliver's good.
Intelligence saving throw from this guy. Do we think he is intelligent?
Not for trying to fight us.
He is not.
Bummer.
It's enough. This guy kind of grabs his head and falls to his knees. The priestess looks up at you. She's still defensive, and she's like, "Right, who are you really?"
Who's she looking at?
All of you. She's kind of glancing around the room. She looks like she's ready to defend herself if she needs to.
I would like to just very confidently walk up the steps towards the cage as I talk to her. But I will keep my pistol in my hand. And I'm just going to walk up towards the cage, and I'm going to say, we are not here to cause any trouble whatsoever. As you can see, my friend has just helped your companion. We would just like to help our friend get out of this cage that you appear to have them in. Unless you'd like to have more of your people come and fight with you. And I'm just going to walk up very kind of casually, well, not casually, but confidently to the cage as if like, you're not going to stop me, I'm just doing this.
Love it.
You hear, not from her, but you all hear like a deep chuckling, and you kind of look over to the red-headed woman who's kind of like holding herself together. She goes, "She's not an ally, not anymore. No, we've been given a darker purpose. You don't really want freedom. You just want peace. I have seen the truth. I have witnessed what really will happen. I call out to my new god and ask him to free me from this mortal coil." And she kind of digs her dagger out, and before you can do anything, she drives it into her own chest.
I fucking serious?
Gee.
There is a moment where you're like, "Oh crap! Oh gods!" And then you kind of see it, like this frost climbing out from the
no, I
dagger,
should have just let her die.
surrounding her,
nope.
twisting, and you all hear a voice. "Ah, there you are. Yes, I think I'm going to play with you." she stands up and
Sorry, everyone. I should have just let her join.
she stands up, and in her place is a reflection of herself, almost like there's two versions of her in one spot, twisting, turning, fast, slow. Echoes of possibilities of time that could have been, or something that may have happened, something that will happen. You watch it, she's very difficult to focus on. And as she steps forward, she will rush at Skia, screaming like a banshee. And that's where we're going to stop tonight.
Why you do this?
No.
There's 25 past, and
God
we've got
damn
another
it.
load of rounds of combat to go through.
No, we haven't. We've solved it, and it's all fine now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did it.
Yay, we solved the problem.
I'm opening the cage as we speak. It's all fine.
Guys, this was a really good episode. I had a lot of fun. I hope you all did too. Some wonderful character moments, some really, really lovely bits and pieces.
We had a slumber party.
You had a slumber party.
Eugene's first slumber party, everyone.
I love the fact that Eugene still gets
And rocks.
And rocks.
And rocks.
Oh,
Dear, so I'm just going to find something a bit more chill.
Just on the chat. I'm getting that on a t-shirt
Is that
slash
the-
tattoo.
So, for those of you who are watching in
I think Nikki just summed up most of my ex-boyfriends.
Gaslight, Gatekeep, Girl Boss, God Complex. I think that's
Yeah.
the episode title right there.
Oh,
Yes!
Thank you, Nikki, for the episode title.
Guys, I had a lot of fun. I hope everybody enjoyed it as much as we did. You guys were amazing in chat. You kept us very amused. Little distracted.
Yeah, the
in
chat was
the right
amazing
way.
today.
Amazing.
Thank you so much for all our new followers. We have had a grand total of 5 people join our channel over the last 24 hours, and I can only really
Yay!
Thank you.
the wonderful people at Wicked Game and Dice and the Slice for continuing to pick up what we're doing and shouting about us on the internet and giving us the space to talk about this. Speaking of which, we're going to start with Michelle today. If you would like to tell those wonderful people where they can find you, what you've got coming up, and anything else.
You can find me, Feline Trickster, on like pretty much everything, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. You can also find me because I am one of those members of Wicked Game. Every Wednesday we play some D&D as well. In that campaign, I'm currently playing a socialite warlock who is trying to save her patron. So that's every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Also, I stream on Mondays on my own channel, some art stuff, because as I said at the beginning, I'm an illustrator. And yeah, I think that's me. Thanks for having me, guys.
No, it's been fun. Yeah, we're looking forward to having you back for the next episode as well. Ski is amazing. We love it.
Love Skier.
Oh, thanks.
Theo, tell us what you're up to. Where can we find you?
You can find me. My website is theoblueillustration.com with links to all my other things on there. What am I up to? I am sort of so I have Patreon, but I will be relaunching it slightly next month. So I have new tiers and new rewards and new stuff happening from the next month. And my Etsy store will soon be open as well.
Woo!
Cool. Charlie, how about you? Let us know what you're up to.
I am still running a little January sale on my website, so charlievince.com/shop, and my Charlie is spelt without an E. So yeah, there's loads of nerdy stickers and prints and sketchbooks and all sorts of goodies, and I will also have some slots for custom character art and profile pictures as well, which again, all on there. And there's also links to all my social media on there as well. And yeah, please do have a little look, and please make sure you send some other heroes link, either Twitch or Instagram or whatever link, to all your delicious, wonderful nerd friends.
Fantastic.
Also, hi mum, love you mum. Thanks
Hi,
for
Charlie's
listening
mum.
while we were playing.
Hi, Colleen and Colleen's mum as well. Because
Hi Colleen and Colleen's mum. Hi all the mums.
all mums. We are an all mum stream. Wayne, if you'd like to let us know what you've got going on and where we can find you.
I am unfortunately not an illustrator and can't do fancy, beautiful character things like all these talented people. But if you wanted to follow me, where I am on social, I am normally on WayneFix01 on most of the channels, where I sometimes talk about branding and design and things like that. And just wanted to say thank you to everybody for supporting us, and please also to share if you can, because it's incredible to be supported and building such a great community of people around the stream where we tell wonderful stories with wonderful people. So yeah, that's it from me.
Amazing. Leaves it to me.
Oh yeah, sorry, Nikki just reminded me. I have a newsletter as well if you want to sign up on my website, which is waynefig.com. So you can sign up to my newsletter on there. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Nikki, as well, for reminding him, because he always forgets, and I forget to remind him because
Yeah,
my brain's always.
I get carried away with D&D and the fun stuff.
Yeah, that's fun stuff. It's just different fun stuff. I'm Chris Mepham. You can find me at Chris Mepham Art on Instagram or at Chris Mepham RPG on the Twitter. My website is due an update, so you can find me there, but there's not a lot on there, which is chrismepham.com. We're probably going to be spending a lot of time talking about D&D and illustration on there, to be fair. So.
Oh, D&D? Such a nerd. God.
Nerds.
Who does that?
We are back in February now, which sounds like a long way away, but it really isn't. On February the 1st, we have the next episode of Wild Beyond the Witchlight, which is 6:30. Our three very strange adventurers have finally got a plan and are going to try and track down this goddamn Fae
Crossing.
In this goddamn carnival. I don't know.
Oh yeah, the gate thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the purpose for being there that Esther seems to not be able to remember
We're in a
whatsoever
carnival.
because he's distracted by stuff.
There is a lot of
There's
stuff.
snail racing.
Yeah, exactly.
I know,
There was
which Esther won.
snail racing.
He's having a good day as well. He's won 3 contests.
He has.
I know, right?
Yeah.
If you would like to know more, you can actually see the previous episodes of Wild Beyond the Witchlight on our YouTube channel, which is bit.ly/YouTube SOH. Is that right? No, Some Other Heroes YouTube. Sorry, the other way around. Some Other Heroes YT. I know what I'm doing.
Just Google it. Just Google it.
You'll find it.
We are back on the 6th with our next episode, and Michelle will be with us for that as well. Very exciting. Big revelations coming to the end of this little bit of story arc.
It's getting so juicy.
Gonna be big, gonna be fun. We love you very much. You're amazing. We love this community, and we love being part of everything that's going on here. Dice and a Slice. They're currently on a little bit of a hiatus, but keep an eye out on what they're doing, because the crossover with Wicked Game is currently being edited and will be released shortly, and we're excited for them and that as well. Okay, have I missed anything? Have I got everything?
No, I think that's it.
That's it.
Well, we're going to go and feed pets and ourselves.
Yeah.
An amazing week ahead. Take good care of yourselves and each other, and we will see you very soon.
Love you all.
Bye.